Oh, shit. 14 seconds? We've already been live? I have no excuse. What do I do here? Are we live? Water still dripping off my head. People calling on my phone. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Who's the first person who said I'm late? If you ain't first, you ain't last. Sean. Hey, good morning. Brandon Waddell. Good morning. What's going to be wild? I don't know. I don't make up the titles. I just approve them. I had a dream about getting railed last night. Oh, cool. If there was ever a dream of Danielle Brandon coming back on the show, that was shredded to pieces yesterday. Really? No. Come on. Everyone's cool. Sevon can't get the exerciser off. Fair enough. That's an implication. That's first reference. What time did you make that? 7:04. At that point, you were concerned. That took 4 minutes for a conspiracy theory to arise about my... Is my voice fucked up right now? Took 4 minutes for a conspiracy theory to arrive about my lateness. There was none. I was just fucking around. I wish there was one. I've been a little critical of myself lately because I feel like my energy in the morning shows is so low, and then in the afternoon and evening my energy is so high. So today I tried to drink an extra shot of Paper Street coffee. I think I might be wounded a little bit though, like I might be fighting something off. Good morning, Audrey. Hi. I forgot I had headphones on. Oh, okay. Bam. Oh, wait. Did I see a bam? You're alive. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's sort of that's at 7:05. That's sort of like, hey, you're late. Did I miss something good on yesterday's show? I will tell you this. Last night's show was the most fun I've had on a show in a long time. I mean, I have a lot of fun on all the shows. I'm pretty excited every time I get off the show. It's hard to get off the show because I'm having so much fun. But I know that if I stay on too long just because I'm having fun, then when I get off, maybe sometimes I'll have lost that excitement. So it's better to get off early while I'm pumped about the show than kind of like try to drag it out. But boy, last night I was boy, I was having fun. I love the thought of I don't want to say who, but I love the thought of one of the listeners getting railed. Every time it comes up, I start like giggling in my head. It's so funny. Hi, Heidi. Ah, my Sebby needs some throat coat tea and raw honey. Hey, I was talking with my mom. Jesus criminy. I was talking with my wife this morning. I was talking with my wife this morning. I was trying to figure out what napalm is. Is napalm a powder, or I always thought of napalm as kind of like a liquid, like a thick liquid, and they just drop it out of an airplane and everything it lands on just catches on fire. Is that what it is? Does anyone know? I didn't look it up. Let me see. Happy Friday from a train in the middle of nowhere, England. Oh, that's cool. You're not in Mexico, Magnus? What are you doing there? Work or pleasure? We look so good in that photo. What photo? Oh, that photo? Oh, yeah, that's cool. I'm starting to look like my grandmother. Let me see. Anything else? Hiller called another steroid user dude batting 1,000 at this point. Oh, yeah. I think I saw I saw some text from Hiller this morning, but I didn't get a chance to look at them closely. Let me go over to his account. He basically said, "Hey, I think this guy's juicing," and then the guy popped. I bet you he has it on his Instagram already. Let me see. Oh no, this is the bouncing one. Wow, 4 days since Hiller's made an Instagram post. The fuck is he okay? That's what's cool about CrossFit. It shows athleticism, offers room for innovation and creativity. God, that was so funny in 2008 when Mursky was bouncing the bar and Dave yelled at him for it. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, it's a gel. Okay. That's kind of how I imagined it. It's a gel, like a gooey, like hair gel. You know what it's a thickwid. I like that. Thickwid, yeah. Is that a real term, or did you make that up? Jelly. Yes, that's even better. I thought of it as kind of a jelly. Yeah. Damn, Corey, if that's you, you look huge in that picture. Can I use the handicap tag in my mom's car if I'm driving it for the next few days? That's a great question. You can use it, but be prepared if someone says something to you to just like if a cop says something to you, just be like, "Hey, man, I don't have to tell you what my disability is. How dare you?" Like there's some law where no one can, if you have a disability, no one can ask you, but just be ready. But yeah, fuck it, go for it. Park away, use all the good spots. It's fun. And if you're feeling insecure about it, just limp when you get out of the car. You know what I mean? Like drag your leg, like act like you have a dead leg or something. Uh Prolapsed anus. Napalm sticks to surfaces and burns intensely at very high temperatures. Okay. Yeah. Where do I see where can we celebrate Hiller's observational um oh yeah, that's true. Heavy needs a throat goat, not a throat coat. That's fucking that is that's solid. My semen is a thickwid. Yeah, that's how I kind of hey, that's kind of exactly how I imagine napalm to be. I didn't it's like semen. I didn't think of that, but now that you mention it, that sounds that'll be one to say at the dinner table. Why did I think napalm was something sexual? I don't know. Good question. I think where did where it um what, I don't get this joke, Jake. God, you have so many good jokes, but I don't get this one. Napalm is when Scottish people don't use their hands. Don't wash their hands, don't use their hands. Napalm? I don't get it. Damn. Sevi sounds like he was the throat. Oh, great. Where is the, no, really quick. I don't know if this is true, but I think during World War II, more Japanese were killed by napalm than they were by the atomic bombs. I think it's just some goo that they just fly over your fucking neighborhood and drop it out of a plane, and it catches everything on fire, and you can't put the fire out. I think we could wiki it. But where do I find Hiller celebrating his call? I want to see that. I want to see who is juiced up. I always like to see the effects of juice. Napalm's the weaponized, highly flammable, and gelatinous liquid in warfare. Hey, we have this acronym in my house. Um, I use it for the boys. It's called GSS, gelatinous sack of shit. So like if we're wrestling and someone goes down hard and they're like or stubs their toe, or if we're wrestling and someone just taps, I'll say like, "Oh, I turned you into a GSS," and the boys fucking love it. Gelatinous sack of shit. Like you just fucking KO'd someone, left them like a gelatinous sack of shit. That's a great word, isn't it? Gelatinous. Get him to jump on live now. Wake Killer up. Oh, he's awake. I'm telling you, he's awake. Hiller has access to my back end. He's always welcome. I'm always wide open for Hiller. I'm wondering how you and Haley started talking about napalm. Did your jizz burn her? No, I was saying no, my jizz didn't burn her. I was saying you and in the morning, Hiller often has these. He has a couple really high profile clients that he doesn't talk about, and I think he trains them. I think they're morning guys. I think they're 9 a.m. guys, and so it's kind of hard to get them on at this time. I was it's I was putting the world never makes sense to me. I don't understand how anyone makes sense with the world unless they constantly are putting things in context or relativity. So there was a joke one time. You guys aren't going to find it funny. It's an Armenian joke, but basically, hey, the entire world, the United Nations decided that we were going to make the entire world speak English. Sorry, Armenian. So the United Nations met and they decided the whole world was going to speak Armenian. And so they reached out to Armenia and they said, okay, we're going to need 20 million Armenian teachers, right? Because there's 8 billion people on the planet, right? And there's not even 20 million Armenians. And so it puts things just like into context. And I was talking about, it's crazy to think if you have 1.5 billion Muslims and only 12 million Jews, anything you say that's not in context, like if every Jew fucking hated Muslims, it still would be a drop in the bucket compared to how many Muslims want to kill Jews. It's like, as soon as it's like not even, it's just it's so fucking bizarre that the whole world is focused in on this little country. And they're like, well, the Jews rule the world and blah, blah, blah. Well, someone fucking rules the world. Who cares? It's all just fucking propaganda. Let's just talk about the fucking math. Anyway, and so then I started tripping on how they keep saying that there's a genocide going on in Gaza. And it's like, hey, dude, the militants, the army is hiding among the civilians. You know, in the old days, they would just line the fucking guys up, the Americans on one side and the English on one side, and they just charged each other and fought. Now, I'm not saying that's ideal, but now it's the exact opposite. You have fucking 3 Hamas soldiers hiding in a fucking preschool. And so who's to blame? But anyway, I told Haley, I said, if they wanted to fucking commit genocide, they would just napalm Gaza. I mean, that would be so easy. Sevi, ever pee and it felt like napalm? No. God. No. I got great flow. I can't shoot it far like I used to when I was a little kid. I used to fucking be able to pee across the street. It's not, I mean, that went away early. I haven't been able to do that since like high school, but everything else is fine. I think I drink a lot of water. My pee's always white. Sometimes I think maybe I drink too much water. My pee's good. I think one time I had rhabdo, I peed brown. Other than that, someone sent me a workout yesterday. You guys want to hear it? They said I should try it. I can't do the workout. I'm gonna have to scale it. Um, we had a deadlift competition at Greg's house during the last BSI event. I actually said, "Hey guys, let's have a deadlift competition." And I want to say I deadlifted 295. It's probably the most I've deadlifted in 20 years. This was like a year ago. I tied Caleb's wife in the deadlift competition. And anyway, we started, I think we started with 135 on the bar and we just went up like 5 pounds at a time. And there was a shitload of us there. It was like, it was like me and Jay Vera and Patrick Rios. And I think Leif Edmondson was there. And there was a guy there who was like, I don't know how old this guy is actually. I think he maybe is like 60. And he worked for the he was an agent in the DEI for 40 years. No, not DEI. Drug enforcement. DIA, drug enforcement. What are the drug guys called? The guys who catch people who sell drugs. I can't remember. Oh, DEA. Thank you, Bernie. DEA. Drug Enforcement Agency. Jesus. I was spelling enforcement with an I. Semi-tarded this morning. And anyway, so we did the deadlift competition and we were all going. Oh, and Eric Maciel was there. He used to work on the podcast when I was over at CrossFit. There were a shitload of us there. There were like 15 of us. And we just kept adding weight on the bar. And it got up to, I think we got 315 on the bar and or 325, 335. I can't even fucking remember. But there was no more room on the bar because we were having to use like 10-pound weights and shit. And anyway, this guy who was an agent in the DEA for 40 years, he just walked in the room and he was like in like, you know, khakis and a button-up shirt. And he just walked in and cold deadlifted it 10 times. It was kind of crazy. And anyway, he sent me a workout. I'm trying to find it. Oh, yesterday. He said, he wrote the workout for me and sent it to me, and then I was like, didn't even understand the write up of it. So he had to, then I had to keep asking him like, "Hey, can you explain it to me?" And he says it's uh 12 deadlift, 12 dead hang pull-ups, 12 ring dips, and 12 knees to elbow. And that's it. It's just one round. But the deadlifts are 315. I told him I would try to do them at 185. He said, "Don't be a pussy, do it at 225." So I'm going to do that today. I have to assume that there's something with the grip that I'm not expecting is going to happen, but that's got to be so easy for me except for the deadlifts. 12 dead hang pull-ups. I'm a fucking pulling machine. I could do 10 strict chest to bar pull-ups. I haven't done ring dips in forever, but those can't be that hard. And the knees to elbow will be a joke. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. At least at some point today, I'm going to try that. Probably after the show. I normally take my kids skating right after Friday shows, but not today. Yeah, it's just one time. It's just one. I know, that's what I thought too. He said it's quick but deceptive. Guys with a lot of wind and no strength. Deadlifts burn a lot of time, strong but no grip endurance, or too heavy. You pay the price as well. If you're feeling stout, rest 2 minutes and do it again. I even thought about making the deadlift. I would like to pick a weight on the deadlifts that I could do unbroken. But anyway, hook grip your deadlift. Jesus, vindicate. You can do this one easily. 3-minute work, 2-minute rest, 5 rounds. Oh, 21 sit-ups, 12 box jumps, bite cows, and remaining time. I did 300 box jumps the other day to 8.5 inches. That's not exactly true, but it more or less that's true. And basic what I did was I did I did 20 box jumps at 1.5 inches. Then I did another 20 box jumps at 3 inches. Then I did another 20 box jumps at 4.5 inches. Then I did another 20 box jumps at I know you guys are going to be laughing at me, at 6 inches. Then I did another 20 box jumps at 7.5 inches. And then I did whatever the remainder was to get to 300, another 200 box jumps at 8.5 or 9 inches. And holy fuck, my calves were toast for like 3 days. I don't do box jumps. I sure as fuck don't do them higher than 10 inches. Yeah, 6 inches. Yeah. Crazy, right? What? I always start my box jumps at 1.5 inches because I use those rubber pads and do progressions. So I always do 20 at 1.5 inches. And then I just keep adding those mats on top. There are these 27-pound floor mats that Rogue sells. So I always started whatever I'm going to go to. And I thought I was going to go to 15 inches, but when I got to like fucking 8.5 or 9 inches, I was like, very gay. Probably. It's just old man shit. You raw dog 30-inch, and I always rebound. I mean, I obviously don't step down. So, but man, my calves were torched. I know it's not a box. It's a I put a floor pad. I use the flooring from I use the flooring from Rogue. If you have kids, the best thing you can ever have, if there was one piece of equipment I would recommend, it's getting that flooring from Rogue. Get like, I don't know, 20 of them extra. I probably have 20 extra pieces of flooring from Rogue. I think they're 2x2 or 2.5. They're 2.5 by 2.5, and they're 1.5 inches thick, and they weigh 27 pounds. And I just stack them and just do crazy progressions with them. You can do all sorts of progressions: jumping on them, jumping over them, stepping up to them, bear crawls over them. So it's just a square of rubber flooring. Yeah, exactly. and they're awesome for doing progressions. You can get your kids to do. You can get people to do shit that they never thought was possible on there just by increasing the height inch and a half at a time. Napalm was used in Vietnam War and became a symbol of the war. Some describe napalm as the hideous jellied gas burning at 2,000 degrees. Protests against the use of napalm took place after demonstrations at the University of California, Berkeley, and Wayne State University, Michigan in 1966. The Dow Chemical Company made napalm, which began making it in 1965 and stopped making it in 1969. A weaponized mixture of chemicals designed to create a highly flammable and gelatinous liquid. The initial thickening agent was a combination of naphthenic and palmitic acids, leading to the trade name napalm, more generically known as a firebomb fuel gel mixture. What does napalm do to the body? Oh, shit. Immolation, asphyxiation, and burns are the mechanisms by which incendiary weapons kill or wound. Immolation results in a rapid decrease in blood pressure, leading to unconsciousness and death. Asphyxiation usually occurs as a result of napalm ignition, which causes rapid deoxygenation of surrounding air. Oh, shit. So the fire consumes all the oxygen and you suffocate before you burn to death? Jesus. However, its use on civilian targets is against the law. In 1980, the United Nations Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons outlawed its use against civilian targets. Still, infamously, the United States did not become a signatory. Wow. Crazy. Napalm. Oh, that changed when President Obama's first full day in office in 2009, when he finally signed the U.S. as a signatory to the 1980 convention. Of course, Obama signed that. In 2013, the Pentagon denied using napalm in Iraq, despite reports that suggest such incendiary devices were used. Reports at the time quoted American pilots as having dropped napalm on Iraqi troops during the advance on Baghdad. On June 8, 1972, a South Vietnamese plane accidentally dropped napalm on its own civilians and forces while targeting Viet Cong. Wow. It was first used in 1944 by the U.S. Air Force. I wonder how many people have been killed by napalm. I thought I heard stories that it was dropped on Japan and just fucking Japan was torched with napalm. I don't get it. The whole rule of war, says Tyler, like the Geneva Convention. I thought war was just ugly and brutal. A 16-pack of those flooring squares is $600. Yeah, it's expensive. And dude, it's probably another, to be honest, it's probably another $600 to get them mailed to you. But it is what it is. The do you guys remember the raw meat guy that I had on? Yesterday I was perusing on Instagram and someone was saying that I wonder if he's okay because he hasn't posted in like 9 weeks or something. So I went over to his account. I should check in on him. I wonder if he got a bad piece of raw meat or something. This was his last post, right?
Chicken satay. Got the peanut butter on there, the peanut butter sauce.
August 20th.
just like they do it at the restaurants.
Once again, I don't care at all what other people eat. These rants are to explain the logic and why I do what I do. If everyone ate bison liver and liver, there probably wouldn't be any for me. So I'm glad that some people think Impossible Burgers are the same thing. We are all grown adults. It's not my job to tell people. I want. What's his name? Maybe I'll text him right now and ask him. What's up, Raw? I wonder if he's in my. What do you think he's in my phone as? Raw meat guy. Raw. Oh yeah, he is. He's in my phone as raw meat guy. Let me see if I. Hey dude. Just checking in. Just checking in. You haven't posted in a while. This is Sevon. You were on my podcast a couple times. Always good to check in on the homies. All right. So the other day, I've never seen a dating app live. Like I've never looked at one. I'm guessing like, oh, maybe he ate somebody's pets. He moved to that town in Ohio, just doing dogs. Bernie Gannon, napalm bombs were used in the firebombing of Tokyo in 1945, the night of the Black Show. 100,000 plus killed. Holy shit. Oh, that's brutal. Thank you, Barry. Barry's giving me his name. I think he doesn't want his name to be used. I love swiping through men. Okay, so someone made a post on Instagram. Where is it? Let me see. I thought I put it in my show notes. Live call-in notes. And it's a bunch of people on the dating app. There it is. Let me see. Live call-in notes. Let me see if it populated over here yet. Oh, dating app. I couldn't fucking believe the pictures people fucking post. This is nuts what I'm about to show you. We'll have to start and stop this and like look at this shit. This shit is crazy. We made napalm in 50-gallon drum and fired it off back when I was in the Army around 96. We made napalm in a 50-gallon drum and fired it off the back. Off the back of what? Like a plane? My single friend uses Bumble so many bulge photos. What are bulge? Like a guy shows you a bulge in his pants? It's where I found the outdoorsman. Back in 96. I see what you're saying. Oh, wiener. That's what bulge photos are? What the fuck is wrong with people? Does that work? Do girls ever see photos of like a bulge in some guy's pants and they're like, Bumblers of the Week, part 3. What the fuck? Someone used that photo? Okay, first, is he okay? His eye is swollen shut, and why is he sitting in an unorganized supply closet? Is he hiding his girlfriend? If you wit the bullshit, you can go the other way. One thing you need to know about me, if you wit the bullshit, you can go the other way. Wow. Look at that. Look at that, like, schmegma in his lips. Look at this white. I don't know if you guys can see my arrow. What is that in his lips? Is that napalm? Christopher 45. Holy fuck. What happened to his teeth? Why are his teeth so white? He's a CEO. That's a good sign. Not looking for anyone with kids at home. I've never been married or had children, but open to both. Basically, I'm a saint who uses cuss words and the middle finger on occasion. Known for chivalry and generosity, protector and provider, world traveler, sponge for knowledge, has never owned a Prius. Look at that fucking ring. Okay. All right. Button up shirt, collar. I'm okay with that guy. I'm okay with this guy. This guy's fine. What the fuck is this? Polo shirt, crazy earring. He's got a grill. You can send this guy a compliment? Alan, 44, private label coordinator at a company, Florida. Blunt and straightforward, so I've been told, please have more than one-word answers. Willing to meet up as well after talking. Let's not take each other's time. I don't need a pen or text pal. In search of substance quality, also someone to hawk Tua and spit on that thing. All right. Does that work? What the fuck? This guy looks like he fucking. I hate to be stereotypical. Just kidding. I don't mind. This guy looks like he. Well, look at his watch. This guy looks like he hijacks planes. Break my headboard. Together we could break my headboard. Together we could break my headboard, meaning he just wants to rail someone. That's it. Hey, come over. I exercised. God, those forearms are fucking weak. I don't mean to make anyone self-conscious if you have fucking weak ass forearms. God, Avi has the craziest forearms. His forearms are like Popeyes. What the fuck? Do you want to be chopped up and put into a fucking bag? This guy's facial hair is approaching his eyeballs. His double chin rests over his Adam's apple. That's tough, man. He's got sports memorabilia pinned on his ceiling. That's like something like a fucking 11-year-old boy does. Oh my God, I'm gonna have nightmares from that. Laying down pics are so cringe. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Fat guy with tats. That's gay, right? That guy's gay? Okay, my most irrational fear, falling for someone and them not being able to handle all this greatness. The Playboy brand black matching set silk pajamas on the boat screams emotionally available. He's got his fingers down his pants. And Playboy pajamas on and some sort of fancy watch. Hey, what are these rumors that Hamzat's not going to make weight for tomorrow's fight? Have you guys heard that? Oh, gay usher. Yeah. What is this? Not just one tongue pick. You should not go out with me if you can't handle 100% stud muffin. Well, 75% stud muffin. 25% stud. Oh, 75% muffin, 25% stud. But who's counting? So he's a fat guy? This is one of those guys that only goes in a pool if there's a bar there. two tongue picks and another pic of him chugging a bottle of champagne. I'm sure he's gonna make some woman very happy one day. Jesus criminy. I'm sorry for what I don't think I would date anyone who's ever even been on a, dating app. Sorry, guy. Hi, beautiful. I was born in Omaha, Nebraska. I have a disability. I live with my parents. I work for Oriental Trading Company. I have one brother. 5'1"? 5'1"? Almost never works out, and wow, I didn't even see this shit on the bottom, and he's got his fucking zodiac sign? Wow, that's tough. Do you guys really see this shit? Sevon, much worse than the guys on dating apps is what guys say to me when I was on the apps. It's crazy. Especially Hinge. There's a dating app called Hinge. Rick Moranis is a bastard child. Imagine Sevon calling you short. Sevon, the computers were invented after you got married. I'm deleting my dating apps. I mean, these are all dudes too. Oh, I guess probably because this is a chick. Hey, isn't the isn't the dating apps? But uh, oh, good, oh, good. So the meat guy's totally fine. People were speculating you got some bad meat. LOL. I LOL'd him. So he's fine. That's good. Okay. I like that dude. That dude was cool as shit. That's probably one of the most real people we've ever had on the podcast. Oh, all right, that's good. No bad meat for that guy. Don't you put down what you want for a dude? Why is this chick getting these guys? Like, wouldn't she have like? Don't you like put down like, hey, I only date Pisces who are 5'10", who are 25 years old? Isn't that how it works? Excuse me, what the hell is this pose? He's wearing his girlfriend's shorts. He's wearing his girlfriend's shorts. Oh, look, there's Lazar out there in the water. This was at the CrossFit Games. Oh, Sevi. Yeah, what? I don't think you're supposed to put your shoulders up in that pose. Oh, that's not how it works? That's not how it works? You just get anyone who wants a girl? I mean, there's gotta be some, Oh, wait, hold on. Someone's telling me to look at this guy. Holy shit. Someone just sent me another a pic on Bumble. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. Who sent me that? Let me see who sent me that. That's crazy. Oh, Audrey sent me that. Wow, that's crazy, Audrey. No real man documents himself licking an ice cream cone and uses that to try to meet women. Yeah, I agree. I think that haircut's pretty bad too, if you want to know the truth. I always trip on dudes who have fancy like beard shavings too. Because when I see like if they're, you know what I mean, they like have like a line here and then they got some shit here. I always just picture them looking in the mirror doing that, and I'm like, boy, that something about that seems very feminine to me. My old Bumble professor was undefeated. Poor ladies never stood a chance. Oh, profile. My old Bumble profile was oh, that's awesome. I bet it was. You're something else, Blade. You were something else. And dude, you know what's not fair too is look at your cohort. Look who you have to compete with. Yeah, Bumble must have been good to you. Long legs and the women they are attracted to. Long legs. And I go crazy for long legs and the women they are attached to. Jesus. That guy has a vein. What the fuck? That guy has a vein that goes from his hand and vanishes around his neck under his shirt. Those are veins. So that's taking that tube. Bernie, you're up. Got a question for you. So this tube right here is taking used blood that's already had the oxygen depleted out of it back to the heart. That's what that thing is. Is that what that sick killer on that guy? What's the deal with this tube right here? Are all of these things that you see are all of these things you see the blue ones? That means the oxygen's taken out of them and they're headed back to the lungs to get more oxygen. Is that what that is? Can anyone tell me? Like this big pipe, this whatever this thing is that going up his arm. That's a vein. Might have to look up vein. Vein. Veins are blood vessels that carry oxygen, pour blood from the body back to the heart. Veins return blood to the heart from the body's organs. They have thin, less elastic walls to handle large volumes of blood at low pressure. Veins also have valves that open and close to control blood flow and keep it moving in one direction. Veins range in size from 1 millimeter to 2 centimeters, about the size of a quarter. Wow. There are 3 types of veins: superficial veins, deep veins, and connecting veins. Veins are located throughout the body, including in the muscle along. So those are all veins. Veins can appear blue because they carry oxygen-poor blood, which is sometimes called blue blood. Isn't that weird? I've never cut myself open and seen blue blood. No one else notices or cares about the wedding ring? That thing? I don't care about his arm vein. All I care about is his main vein. Oh, fair enough. Hey, that guy needs a lot of servicing, by the way. If you date a guy like that, here's the thing. If you date a guy who's if you date a guy who's juiced up, ladies, he needs like crazy servicing if you want to keep him. Like crazy servicing. Like, you know that little valve? My washer has this little valve and it says you're supposed to like open it. It like catches stuff. It has like a little screen in there, and then you open it and shit pours out of it and it smells horrible. It's like dirty water. It's weird. It's not a lot. It's like a shot glass full of water every time you open it. And you're supposed to, I forget how often you're supposed to open it. Let's say every 30 days. I open mine like every six months, or every year would probably be more honest. And then you take that thing off and then you drain it out. And then there's like usually some crumbs and shit caught in the screen, like some, like, I don't know what it is, but just like minerals, I guess. And then you put the plug back in. It's right in the front of a washing machine. And then you put the plug back in, you close it, you don't think about it. And if you don't drain it, who cares? Yeah, worse rancid smell. Yeah, it's weird smelling, right? That guy, if you date a guy who's on roids, like, if you don't get him to ejaculate twice a day, he's either cheating on you or he's got a porn addiction. If you have a health, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. We should take a pause here. If those are some of the things that come with, if you want a healthy man, like, let's just pick like some CrossFit Games athlete. I don't know who do I want to pick. Like even the nicest guy. Should we use Scott Panchik? Fuck. Sorry, Scott. Like even the nicest guy like that, if you're not, should we use Rich Froning? If you're not taking loads off that guy on like just on the reg, because a healthy guy is a fuck machine. I mean, like you don't even have to be that healthy, but if you're healthy, if you're CrossFitting and you're eating right, you're just a fuck machine. That's just the facts. And you have to be taking loads off that thing on a regular basis, or it's not like my washing machine. You can't like neglect it for 6 months and then it's fine. It does not work like that. Not twice a day. Listen. I know the facts are hard to accept. Oh, we'll come back to that in a second. Sevi, you won't see blue blood outside of a vein because once it's exposed to air, oxygen, it turns red. Oh, okay. All right. That kind of sucks. No way. They're all a bunch of celibate Jesus freaks. I don't know, dude. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like you have to a healthy guy needs a lot of ejaculation. What's up?
What's up, homie?
Hey.
Hey, is it illegal for me to link?
We're live right now, just so you know.
I know.
Okay. Hey,
Well, I knew after I called you, I saw the time.
Okay, go ahead. Last night's show was amazing, dude. I was crying. I was laughing so hard last night.
Well, I do need to do a better job of staying off my phone. I hadn't been on it all day, and that's on me. So I'm sorry about that.
But listen, I was actually thinking I was actually thinking this morning when I was in the shower soaping my pubes. I was thinking, why fix it if it's not broken? Like you're like a gopher. Like you just come out of your hole and do your shit, and then you go back in your hole, and then you pop back out again. You know how like they pop in and out. I was like, well, I guess, I mean, fuck, the show was so good last night. Holy fuck, dude.
So, if I'm not affiliated, am I allowed to link a CrossFit Journal article to my website? Is that illegal? If I put a link, somebody clicks something and it takes them to the CrossFit Journal, is that illegal?
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine. I mean, the worst that would happen is a lawyer would contact you and say no, but I don't think so. I think you can build a website and link to anything you want. I think you can put as many links as you want anywhere on your own website.
I'm not stealing any intellectual property, and I'm just trying. Like, I have a picture of the fitness pyramid on there.
Yeah.
And I just want to link it to a theoretical hierarchy of fitness, and then I have the 10 general physical skills, and I want to link that to what is fitness. Just so I'm not like people don't think I'm just like I didn't come up with that shit, but
yeah, you want to give it credit? No, I think that's fine. I would check the links regularly, though. Any links you put on your website, I would check them every 3 months to make sure they're not broken, especially at CrossFit. Okay. Who knows? I don't think they're maintaining the, you know what I mean? I don't think they maintain the shit.
Okay. That's a good call. All right, that was all I was curious about.
All right.
Dude, I came up with a workout for tomorrow. It's going to be so fucking cool.
Oh, cool. Can you give me?
It's gonna be crazy.
Is it a triplet or a couplet, or can you tell me anything about it?
It's a triplet, and I think one of the exercises probably no one's ever done in the gym before.
Oh,
and,
awesome.
That's not true. I don't think anyone's ever done it. I don't think any person who's gonna call in has done it in a gym before.
And we got a sponsor, Vindicate, VNDK8.com is sponsoring the show for $500.
Let's go. Hey, he's coming out with some new merch for Sentinel. You guys are gonna love it.
We got to sell Kill Taylor shirts tomorrow. I love seeing people wearing Kill Taylor shirts out in the wild.
We probably need a new logo, new design. I think we need to freshen it up a little bit.
Hey, what is your shirt being sold on Vindicate? Your new Sentinel shirt?
It's not. The design hasn't dropped yet, but it's gonna be sick. And yeah, it'll be on Vindicate.
Awesome. All right, cool.
All right, thanks, bro. I'll see you in the morning.
Bye. Taylor Self. Kill Taylor tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, listen, where Christine, I'm telling you, it needs to be serviced. And here's the tough part about servicing a guy. It's like I don't know if you guys know about redwood trees, but if you chop down a redwood tree, it'll shoot up fucking 500 trees. It's like, fuck you. You cut me down, watch this. And it'll just fucking explode from the bottom. That's why in California, you'll see tons of rings of trees, like trees that are in a perfect circle, and they'll be huge, and there'll be fucking 20 trees that are 100 feet tall, and they make a perfect circle. It's because someone cut down a fucking tree there, or a tree fell down, and it shoots up a fucking another 20 trees. The math on taking loads off of guys is crazy, because the more loads you take off, the more loads they need taken off. And so there's no there's never homeostasis. You don't get to a I'm just talking about healthy guys. You don't ever get to a oh, no loads, you're fucked. Yeah, then if your wife's not taking loads off you on a regular basis, then you're either watching porn or you're cheating on her. That's 51% true what I just said there. Kyle Landis, load math. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm always horniest the morning after sex. Yeah, listen, if I bone at night before I go to bed, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I need it again. Needs a little strong. Yeah, load math is crazy. So if you get a guy who's on yeah, so just to explain that a little bit, this isn't precise math. There's no, but the spirit of what I'm going to say is accurate. So if you take a load off your guy once a day, and I know that's really self-serving the way I'm wording it, but whatever. If you take a load off a guy once a day, then the next week he's going to need like a day where he gets 2 loads taken off of him. And I don't know where it stops. There is some point. I mean, it's not. That's what I mean. It's not like a. It doesn't work in a perfect universe. It's not like you've been dating him for 5 years and it's just he needs 15 loads taken off him a day. It's cyclical, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I wake up at 3 a.m. so bricked up that it hurts. Yeah. You have to sneak a piece. You just have to kind of just roll her over on her side and just sneak a piece, spit on it, and sneak a piece. You have to. 15 a day is insane. Yeah, I've not that. That's. Did anyone say that? Did anyone say that's their record? Does anyone want to say what their record is? I think my record's like half that. There does become a point for women. There does become a point where it just doesn't feel good anymore. It's not like it feels bad, but it just doesn't feel good. But there's no there's something called the I don't know if you guys know about the Coolidge effect. The Coolidge effect. Calvin Coolidge went to a U.S. Government subsidized farm. President Calvin Coolidge went to a U.S. government subsidized farm, and he was taking a tour of the farm. It was like 50 square miles. It was a fucking massive farm. It was like the quarter of the size of a state or something. It was massive, and or maybe it was 250 square miles. I can't remember, but massive farm. And him and the first lady were taking a tour of the farm, and they separated them. And they took Mr. Coolidge to show him their prize roosters, where the roosters and chickens mate. And they said, Mr. Coolidge, this is our prize rooster. He has sex 50 times a day. Or was it Mrs. Coolidge? Sorry. Take 2. They take Mrs. Coolidge and they say, Mrs. Coolidge, this is our prize rooster. He has sex 50 times a day. God, I'm fucking the story up. I can't remember who they said it to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. But anyway, so they say to Mrs. Coolidge, they're like, hey, this is our prize rooster. He has sex 50 times a day. And Mrs. Coolidge goes, oh, make sure you show that to the president. So they show the president the prize rooster, and they're like, Mr. Coolidge, the first lady wants us to show you our prize rooster. He has sex 50 times a day. And the president goes, with the same hen? And they go, no, Mr. President, with 50 different hens. And he says, oh, make sure you tell the first lady, Mrs. Coolidge, that. And since then they've done studies with primates, and it's called the Coolidge effect. And there's no limit to. They didn't have enough primates. The monkeys they did these experiments on is every time you brought in a new female monkey, the male monkey would get erect again and want a bone. And they ran out of fucking female monkeys. So they'd have a male monkey bring in a female, he'd bang her, and there would be a refractory period before he wanted to bone again. But if you brought in a new female, he was ready to go. The refractory period went out. It was irrelevant. And they never cracked the code on it. They never were like, okay, at 107 female monkeys, he stops fucking. Nope, they never figured it out. And that's the Coolidge effect. And so I'm saying, if you get a guy who's on TRT, you want a strong, healthy man who's on TRT or not on TRT, just know that this sounds like science. Yes. Thank you, Janelle. Oh, maybe that should be the title for the show. This sounds like science. Teresa, men are simple creatures. I wish someone would have told me this. Well, now you know. Got bored and hopped on gear. Wish someone would have told me. Yeah. You need a no limit to the soldiers. Yep. Thank you, Storm. Yeah. So I mean, there's if you're gonna have if you want a healthy man, it comes with. Listen, it's like having a vegetable garden. You want it to produce, but you don't want to go out there and water every day and pull the weeds and put in like the frame so that the tomatoes don't go everywhere. You want a good harvest. You gotta fucking tend to the garden. So if you're not enjoying if you don't enjoy taking loads off of dudes, then just don't get a healthy dude. Even unhealthy dudes need loads taken off them, but I'm just telling you, healthy men need if you want a good dude, if you want a good, happy guy, who's like obedient and kind and level-headed and listen, Teresa, you're right. We are really simple creatures. You're right. If like a dude could be so mad at you and you take a load off him and it all goes away. He's like, yeah, you're right. Well, no matter what you say. Yeah, sure, I'll vote for Kamala, whatever. You just if a man treats the woman right, this talk is useless. A woman treated well will treat her man well. I don't know. You guys are I want to agree with you. But women are more cyclical. My husband asked me if I could add a BJ to my bucket list. Oh, man. Here's the thing. Here, I'll tell you, crack the code on the BJ. Here, ready? He doesn't even every time he gets out of the shower, just blow him, or just jerk him off and whisper in his ear how badly you want to suck his dick. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to actually put it in your mouth if you don't want to. Just jerk him off and tell him how badly you want to fucking swallow his cum. It'll fly. That's it. We're very simple. Heidi, women are more cyclical. I think you guys have a window where you just 30 to 40. I mean, you're roughly. Okay, that's kind of weird. But the rest of the conversation was fine, right? Until that point. Listen, Sean, listen. Let me explain to you. There's a woman out there who can give you a handy, who can whisper something in your ear that expedites the handy. I don't give a fuck what the fuck. You pick what you want her to whisper. She can try different shit. Maybe you're like the kind of guy who wants to hear, I fucked your best friend last night. And that's it. Oh, just don't do the whispering. Fine. Okay. So sorry. Yeah. Okay. Don't whisper it then. Oh, this is if you're gonna jerk it, at least put it in your mouth. Don't listen to Sevi. I mean, listen, I'm giving her an out if she doesn't want to put the meatsicle in her mouth. Just telling you. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Just telling you. You can fix it. You know what I mean? You can change it. You don't have to do 10 cleans today. You can do snatches or deadlifts but just some pulling from the floor. That's all I'm saying. Is this a man or a woman? Why does he look surprised in every photo? They're all selfies. He knew it wasn't he knew it was coming. Oh man. Loveworks Studios, not my king, and at Loveworks Studios. Dating me is like winning the lottery. Oh my God. Hey, and don't you why would you want to be verified on an app? Doesn't that mean like you use it too much? Hey, if you find someone on an app, does that mean that they're probably 100% like they just fuck a lot? Like if you find a guy on a dating app, does that mean he's just in that year he's banged 27 women? Imagine picking a guy who has a fucking mask in his fucking photo. Dating me is like winning the lottery. Fair enough. Yeah, he's wearing a mask. Oh, verified means you're not a catfish. Imagine being a catfish and that's the photo you use. How the fuck do they verify that? What did Seema say? If your boy does gear, ladies, prepare the rear. Wow. Yeah, gear might make you a little gay too. I do think that guys that put it in chicks' butts are gay. But it's their way of like mitigating the gayness. Maybe bi is a better word. What the fuck? Truck driver, hauls boats, graduated from college. Okay, and he's holding a mermaid. Anyone who talks politics on a dating app is most likely a headache. And Maha. Oh, that's the shirt. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Politics and people don't come at me with some Trump loving bullshit. Wow. Those are some bad signs there. Doesn't like Trump and has an Apple Watch. That's a double win. And then a bracelet on the other hand. And what's this thing on his finger? Listen, God damn it. There's so much. Even this thing on the back of the phone. Like I don't like a man shouldn't have any accoutrement on his phone. At most, he should have a fucking cover. At most, you don't unless no man should have like something where that he needs help holding his phone. This is a bracelet, Apple Watch, phone holder. Doesn't like Trump. Oh boy, and look at his static face is a frown. That's a tough look. A pop socket? Yeah. That's not good. That's not a good. You can't have all three of those: Apple Watch, pop socket, and a bracelet. Jeez. And be on a fucking dating app. A man's phone case should be black and bulletproof. Yeah, if you're gonna have any accoutrement on your phone, it should be like a screwdriver. Okay, I only have 2. I'm good. Oh, and he has earrings? Does he have earrings? You should never date a guy who has earrings. I'm a volunteer basketball coach, pedo. I vote Go Harris, pedo. And I donate blood, pedo. Non-religious, which means his religion's CNN and he doesn't know it. I love lifting weights. Okay. It's just I lift weights. You don't put love in there. Basketball, audiobooks, reading 30 plus books a year. So this guy, when you hear that too, that means this guy has to keep his indoctrination up high. He thinks he's telling you how smart he is, but really he's just reading books that just keep him completely indoctrinated. Music festivals, concerts, dancing, gay. Video games, gay. Anime. Oh, maybe this is a gay site. Anime? Adults who like cartoons are fucking weird. And conversations with cool people. Dude, you're a Go Harris. You don't meet any fucking cool people. Open to different relationship types. That means he's willing to get pegged. That's code. 6'1", active, brainwashed, sometimes drinks, no smoking. Open to kids, don't have kids, atheist, liberal. I'm looking for ethical non-monogamy. So he wants to fuck other people? And he wants a long-term relationship with kindness, openness, and loyalty? Oh, this is the music he likes? Drake and Ariana Grande? Volunteer basketball coach. I just hear pedo. What do you guys think about that? He's a poly. Oh, he wants to watch. Isn't that what a cuck is? Oh, Corey Leonard is going to translate. I sit to pee and would be willing to watch someone fuck my girlfriend while sitting to pee. Oh. Man. Anime is a bunch of motherfuckers who eat, train, and fight. Y'all can kiss my ass. Anime is 100%. Listen. Wait, listen. There can be balance in the universe. A man like you everyone has their Achilles heel. You just happen to like anime. That's fine. But you better not have one other fucking weakness, dude. Because that one takes up the fucking whole cake. Weirdo shit. Okay, here we go. You have a fucking home gym. You better have a fucking home gym and carry a gun for your day job. Yeah, Blaze Achilles heel. Yeah. I mean, you better compensate. If you watch anime, you better. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, fighters. Yeah, fighters like watch a lot of anime. Yeah, they got to compensate for that. Like heavily. What do you do for a living? I fight. Oh, what are your hobbies? Anime. Okay. Nobody's undefeated. So there you go. Just broken down now you guys know. I'm telling you, the TRT thing, fit men. That's that's probably the first time that's ever been talked about anywhere in the world. You just have to know. I forgot. That's what comes with. And here's the thing. This one's really gonna fucking bum you out, Heidi. Here's the thing. With the really fit, healthy man, there might be some other things that come with it. Not necessarily, but like there might be some narcissism or some self-absorption or he closeted gayness. Like those are things that come with really fucking like fit men who are fastidious about their looks. God, I'm being nice. But men, listen, with women, really fit, fucking healthy women comes a crazy psychosis. It's batshit crazy. Like batshit crazy. Like, listen, maybe the only non batshit crazy games athlete ever in the history of the fucking CrossFit games is what was the girl's name from England? Fuck, I can't remember her name. Someone help me out here. What was the girl's name from England? She's been on the show a couple times. Sarah, Chester, Kathy, Camille. Briggs. Sam Briggs. Sam Briggs might be the only sane female CrossFit Games athlete ever. Yeah. And she's a lesbian. Yeah. So there you go. But all the others, probably batshit crazy. Yeah, biceps like Briggs. Thank you. No, we haven't checked in on James Townsend lately. We should. At least go to his Instagram and find out what's going on. Yeah, like James Townsend. Man, he's not going to like this part. James Townsend needs to be serviced a lot. I'll leave it at that. But Blade has to be serviced a lot. And here's the thing too. There's if your husband carries a gun for a living, oh sorry, Blade, then he has to be even serviced more. Like the more manly shit your husband does, the more he needs to be serviced. Like if your husband works on a fucking farm and carries a gun and is healthy and fit, those things add up. Like carrying a gun will increase your testosterone. That's science. Like if your husband plays on a fucking recreational league and he's the leading scorer on the soccer team, he's got a high testosterone. Every time he scores a goal, you should be like, fuck, he needs to be jerked off tonight. That's how we work. It's very simple. You see your husband digging a hole in the backyard to plant a tree? He's going to need some servicing. Oh my God, Colton Mertens. Holy fuck. Oh my God. and the science, definitely the show name. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, but with women it doesn't work like that. Like you get a super hot fit woman and it doesn't the batshit crazy shit goes up like significantly. Dudes aren't like that. Unless they like cross unless they cross there's unless they cross the line. What ends up happening is like you'll get a guy like closeted gay men are just batshit crazy. Just fucking nuts. And then when they come out of the closet, they have like a 3-year period where they're just useless. It's like someone who someone who like finds God and like for the next 3 years you can't even talk to him. Like they've been a drunk their whole life, they find God, now they're in AA for 3 years. It's just like, all right, time out. Call me in 3 years. It's very simple. Women are crazy. Black girls will square up with you. Dude, I saw some crazy stat on black girls the other day. It basically physical abuse with black women is like if you date a white guy, like I should pull up the stat. I'm not even going to word it right. But basically, when you date a black woman, the chances of you hitting her are equally as high as you hitting her. Like it was like 45% of black women. What was it? What was the stat? It was some crazy stat, but they'll throw down. They'll like hit you and shit. I had a couple girlfriends that got physically violent. It was fucking weird. Women are crazy. Black girls will square up with you. Mexican girls will try to kill you. It's a safe bet with white girls. They'll just scratch your car, kidnap your dog. Yeah. Or do dumb shit. Yeah. I never had I'm trying to think if any of my black girlfriends hit me. I had one girl push me down a flight of stairs, like a little flight of stairs. Another girl attacked me once while I was showering. The fuck? Yeah, it's crazy to attack your boyfriend. Do never physically attack a man. That's just nuts. Don't do that. I mean, and obviously a man should never attack a woman. And if a woman attacks you, you should run. There's no good comes of it. Never ever defend yourself. Fucking leave. Just leave. Speaking of black girls, I know we have black guys who listen to the show, but no black girls. Yeah, there's black girls who listen to the show. What are you talking about? I can think of 3 off the top of my head. I've been slapped. I'm trying to think if I've been slapped. Haley's never hit me in 20 years. I don't think she's ever physically. And I've been through all the hormonal shit cycles with her. Kids, no kids, periods. Yeah, that is. I'll take the physical attack over the emotional attack. Yeah, the emotional attack's crazy. I would run from that too. I'm black like Sevi. Oh, all right. I only get slapped on the ass. Oh, that's cool. Does your girlfriend really slap you on the ass a lot? That's cool. Did you guys see McDonald's got fucking ass pounded for having Trump there? They got fucking worked. First, I don't know if you saw, the day after Trump was there, CDC released that there's E. coli in hamburgers from McDonald's, which was completely fucked. I mean, what are the chances of that? The day after fucking Trump works at a fucking McDonald's, they fucking released that fucking they released that fucking McDonald's hamburgers have fucking E. coli in them. Is that what it was? Yeah, no coincidences. And then listen to this shit. How about the people who are like, how about the fucking people who are like, it was staged, it was cosplay? Like, first of all, you fucktard. No one didn't think it was fucking staged. It was fucking take your kid to work day. And stop using words like fucking cosplay. It's a cool, funny thing to have the fucking former president be serving hamburgers there and hanging out with the McDonald's employees. It's fucking cool.
So the McDonald's franchise that played host to Donald Trump's campaign event last weekend has now had to hire armed security guards thanks to threats from unhinged leftists after a national media smear campaign against this store. Newsweek ran entire articles about how this store failed its recent health inspection because managers weren't wearing hair nets and there was frost buildup in the freezer.
Can you fucking imagine that? They failed their health inspection and they had to release that because they weren't wearing hair nets and there was frost in the freezer.
CNN
This makes me want to go to McDonald's. Not E. coli, M. coli. Oh, thank you. Is it bad to think people who have had an abortion or support it are pure evil and don't look at them like regular human beings? Oh, that's harsh. We'll come back to that.
And articles about how it wasn't corporate McDonald's fault that Trump was let in the door. It was this one franchise's. And now leftists have flooded this place's Yelp page with bad reviews. So now they've got security guards patrolling their dining room and their parking lot because liberals are crazy. And this is really rich coming from the same side of the aisle that screams in the streets that we need to pay fry cooks $25 an hour and constantly bemoans the woes of the working class. But when those same minimum wage earning working class people show Donald Trump how to flip a few burgers and toss a couple baskets of fries, they become public enemy number one. What is it going to take for people to realize the left does not care about you?
They hate you. They fucking hate you. They feel sorry for fucking McDonald's employees. I'm telling you. It's how I was raised. It's how the entire, like, they feel sorry. They just feel, they worship fucking celebrities and they fucking feel sorry for the working man. Oh, you think she's hot? Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I don't think she's ugly or anything. I'm just easily aroused and she didn't do it for me. So that's interesting.
They are not for you. They are for one thing and one thing only, and that is their agenda. And they care about you to the extent that you serve that. The minute you step out of line, enjoy those bus tires. So the McDonald's.
They would hate it. They would hate it that anyone actually enjoyed working at McDonald's. The left would hate it if anyone actually enjoyed working there. They wouldn't allow it. Yeah, they feel bad and they look down on the working man. Yep. That's their empathy. That's what they call empathy. Yeah, that's what they call empathy. Feeling bad and looking down. And they don't realize that what comes with that here, they're not aware enough to know it's because they think that they're better somehow. They think that they're smart. God, it's fucking wild. It's a wild scene. I swear to you, every time I see Kamala talk and she like does that eye roll, it reminds me of all the fucking liberal women I grew up with. It's fucking nuts. I'm having some fucking like youth traumatic shit. My mom did not do that shit. That's good. My mom was cool as shit. My mom is cool as shit. The chick sounds like the one who said the liberals created a hurricane to prevent people from voting. Let's chill the fuck out with the hatred BS. I'm not following that. I'm not following that. McDonald's is getting ass pounded, and she's just reporting on it. You know all the videos out there of like crazy fucking libtards screaming at the camera? Look at this one. But this isn't a libtard. This is pretty funny. This hey, what about this? What about this for a dating profile video? Can you put videos on your on a dating app? This is a crazy video I'm about to show you. This reminded me of one of those libtard videos where the person just explodes. Here we go.
At this damn point, this a full-fledged comedy fucking movie. Your vice president just got on live television yesterday and said even though she's been studying and debating all this motherfucking time and she's been in office all this fucking time, she still got to go study the goddamn policies again before she give you a direct answer. Before she ever tell you anything, she got to go study that shit again while she fucking in office. You can't make this cartoon-ass movie shit up. You can't make this shit up. This bitch is retarded. She don't answer questions. Every last one of y'all that's following this bitch is retarded. And they're gonna keep going gaslight you, talk about the lesser of two evils. Well, the lesser of two can fucking complete a fucking sentence. Can answer one fucking question. One. I'm asking for one fucking answer to anything. This bitch go all the way around. All we know about is she was a middle-class fucking child, and we did it, Joe. That's all the fuck we know about this bitch. At this damn point, this a full-fledged comedy fucking movie. Your vice.
Did you? God, this guy's so fucking. Yeah, I feel like this guy too. Inside, I watched her fucking CNN interview, and what the fuck was going on? What is going on? No, this guy's gay. This guy doesn't hit women. I don't think so. He got a nose ring and his hair's all foofy. He's got 2 necklaces. I don't want to stereotype, but if you're a black guy, you got to wear thick. Oh, fuck it. I don't care if I stereotype. Straight black guys don't wear skinny necklaces like that. If they do, it's just one. And he's that guy's definitely doesn't hit women. I don't know. I don't think so. Holy shit, get him on the show. I know. This Instagram account. Shit, I almost fucking ended the show. I clicked the wrong button. This Instagram account is so funny. Streets for Trump. God, this account is so funny. God, this account. Some of the stuff I don't get. But man, this is a great account. It must be crazy. Oh, I wasn't even showing you guys the account. Sorry. Sorry I pulled it off. I was just over there staring on my own. Streets for Trump. It's so good. I haven't seen this one. Let's listen to this one.
Hey, you know who we voting for? We voted Trump and Bears, baby.
Oh, stupid. That town hall, they asked her one time, they're like, if you have a weakness, what is it? And she's like, well, I do research and I ask people around me what they think. I kick the tires on the car. And so then someone else had to ask it again. Well, if you have a weakness, what is it? I mean, it was so bizarre. This guy is as unhinged as a lefty lunatic. I know. But something about it resonated inside of me because when I was watching that town hall, here's how my thought process goes. I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, she's not saying anything. She's not saying anything. Wow. Does she know she's not saying anything? I'm going through secondhand embarrassment for her. And then at some point it hits me. And that's when I turn into this guy. Someone's going to vote for her. Someone is going to vote for her. She basically did a Michael Scott, my greatest weakness is I care too much. But she couldn't, what's crazy is she couldn't even pull that off. She couldn't even like work it in. She wasn't like, hey, sometimes it takes me a little longer to make a decision because I require so much outside. I want to hear so many different opinions before I make a final decision on important topics. It wasn't even like that. Yeah, you can't stop the stupidity. I know millions of people are voting for it. I just don't. They say stuff like, well, the only thing they have is like, well, I don't want to vote for a felon. Well, how come? Why don't you want to vote for a felon? Well, because they're a felon. Okay, but what was the crime he committed? That guy, that guy in the New York subway whose fucking trial just started for choking out the guy who was threatening to kill people on the subway. You're telling me if he gets convicted of murder, manslaughter, that you wouldn't date him because of that? Are you fucking kidding me? That guy's fucking, that's the protector you want. Yeah, it's beyond brainwashed. It's no, and someone I don't think women who've gotten an abortion are evil, by the way. Someone who said that. I don't think that even in the slightest. Hey, is this AI? Is this real? I wanted to ask you guys this. I saw this. Is this real? This they're claiming this is Justin Trudeau's brother. This can't be real, right? This is Justin Trudeau's. This can't be real, right? Justin Trudeau's brother claims that Trudeau is not actually running the country. We already know he's not running it. The guy, the WEF guy, World Economic Forum guy, what's his name? Thelonious Monk, or the guy who looks like a Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab already said he fucking controls Trudeau. Yeah, dude, that's him. Really? This is Trudeau's brother? He went on fucking Tucker? Yeah, Closet Schwab. Klaus Schwab does not need a lot of loads taken off of him, by the way.
Just recognize, like, you know, Justin's like the captain of the hockey team. He's not the manager of it. He's not the owner of it.
Who do you think the owner is?
Who do you think the owner is?
I don't know.
You have a pretty good idea.
I mean, I personally think there's a spiritual component to all of this. So there's maybe the supreme leader of it, but I assume business interests are
business interest.
Involved.
Yeah, I use the word the corporatocracy.
Yeah,
like, you know, their profits, you know, come from, you look at the pharmaceutical industry, like, in the profits reaped out of, the COVID scenario. It's just one example. Or the military-industrial complex and the money and the profits reaped out of war. Just recognize, like,
Jesus Christ, you just say it. You fucking
Justin's like,
fuck. Just say it. What the fuck are they talking about? Anyway, I kind of want to watch the whole interview, but if it goes on like that, beating around the bush, passive aggressive, fucking paranoid talk, I don't want to fucking hear it. Just tell me. I'm your Canadian connection, Sevi. We chatted at the games and all through COVID, if you remember. I don't. But you look like you look like you could be my brother. You look like a good-looking, fit version of me. That's his brother, half brother. Yeah, I wonder what he knows. He probably doesn't know shit. He probably just wanted to get on Tucker so he could sell a few fucking albums. Yeah, you're welcome. We talked on the phone or we talked on Instagram? Sevi, what happened with Darian on today's show? Oh, no, he's coming on at 1. Him and Tyson are coming on at 1. We're going to do UFC show. I'm really concerned about Max Holloway. He looks so fucked up in the weigh-ins. God, he looks so fucked up in the weigh-ins. Bernie Gannon, I'm all for a good Trudeau bashing, but that's all seems like hippy dippy cliches. Yeah. Fuck you and your spiritual war. Just tell me what the fuck it is. Anyway, if someone watches that whole thing, let me know how it goes, if there's anything in there worth watching. You guys remember this guy we had on the show named Tyler Fish? He's a comedian. We interviewed him. He was like in his apartment in New York. He was a trip. You guys remember this guy? He said that when I invited him on the show, when I invited him on the show, I remember him saying like this, he's getting inundated with podcasts. And so this is probably the last one he's going to do. I think I've seen him on Kill Tony since then. Or some big show. I've seen him somewhere. Maybe he was on Rogan or something. But anyway, this is kind of crazy right here. Watch this.
Holy crap. I just got banned from Delta Airlines for the rest of my life for a joke I put on X.
Hey, Mr. Fischer, this is Jesse with Delta Airlines. I am just giving you a call regarding an incident that occurred following one of our recent flights. You have been placed on Delta's permanent no-fly list, and your upcoming travel on August 11th has been canceled.
Holy shit. This is insane. I got banned from one of the biggest airlines in the world for making a joke. Nothing happened on the plane. Did I throw a shoe at somebody on the plane? Did I threaten somebody? No, nothing happened on the flight. This is it, right?
So that's the first premise. So he got kicked off. He's not allowed to fly on Delta anymore. By the way, I don't think Delta has any Boeing 737 MAX in their arsenal, which is good, which makes it kind of a good airline. Because they don't have the planes that crash. Hey, Delta, why do we need to know our flight? Why do we need this? So nothing happened on the plane. He was just chilling. It was a good flight. And he says, why do we need to know if our flight attendants eat pussy or suck dick? Is that needed to make the plane fly? Looking for a new non-woke airline. I think that's totally fair to post that. I think that's totally fair, right? Like that's a completely legit question. Hey, why do I need to know? I mean, unless they take you in the bat, like if you're in first class and they suck your dick or eat your pussy, then I guess you would need to know. You'd be like, okay, her, okay, him. You know what I mean? But other than that, you don't need to know. That's not important at all. Zero.
Here, I'm going to show you. That's the tweet right there. Right there. And
LGBTQIAA2S plus pin. So he took a picture of it and said, why do I need to know if someone sucks a dick or eats a pussy if they're a flight attendant? Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I need to know if they're single or not. That's fair. Oh, yeah. Okay. Did he expose the flight attendant's name or face at all? If not, doesn't make sense. Okay, here we go. Great question, Riley. Here we go.
by the way, I took the tweet down because somebody's face was in it.
So he took the tweet down because someone's face was in it. I'm assuming it was the person who the pin was on. But listen, Riley, at first, that's what I thought too at first, Riley, but the more and more I think about it, why does it matter? You're wearing a pin that says you fucking support pedophiles? Sebi, that's a stretch. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen. You can't have a fucking acronym that fucking cohorts fucking 9 different sexual preferences and tell me one of them is not pedophiles. I just don't believe you. I just don't.
Flight attendant or one or two flight attendants' faces showed up in the tweet. I took it down. I've never had any issue on any airline, any plane, any airport.
Why does it matter? Can someone explain to me why it matters if he showed their face? Why does that matter? You're wearing the pin. What's illegal about taking a picture of someone's face? I think it's a totally fair question. And if you're wearing that pin, you're obviously wearing it and you're proud. Yeah, tolerance leads to intolerance. Yep. Wow, that's very well said. Sevi, I work for a big box brand, and I can't say if you look up Airbus A320 flight hours and crashes, it's worse than the 737. Oh, all right. Fuck me. I'll take your word for it. I'm just looking for excuses never to fly. Thank you. I got invited to go to France for a month in May, and I'm like, holy fuck, how am I going to get there? Oh, Patrick, I almost texted you last night. I was tripping watching the press conference, dude. I was tripping. I mean, it's publicly traded company. They can do whatever they want, joke or not. Yeah, true. Very good, great point. Davis banned Hiller from the Gaines coverage for similar reasons. Okay, I can make that stretch. Okay, I can make that stretch. Yeah. I mean, I'm not pushing back on any of that. Okay, here we go.
Ever. I've been flying for almost 40 years. I fly sometimes 6-7 times.
You're saying because Hiller completely eviscerated 2 of their executives. Well, 3.
In a week. We're talking like 500 flights in the last year. I've spent over $10,000 on Delta flights in the last year.
So there's some conflation there. If you're flying 500 times a year, you've only spent $10,000. That means that's not even your go-to airline, right? That's only 20 flights. So it's not like it's his go-to airline.
Silver medallion member, almost a gold. I'm now not allowed on a flight. I've missed shows. I've had to cancel tour dates. Hey, what's up, Maine? Tyler Fischer here. I have some bad news, which is that my flight was canceled this morning. I've had to turn down gigs. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars in the last couple of months. I did not.
Tens of thousands. How much money do you think this guy makes a year? $10,000 doesn't seem like a lot of money to me for a guy who's traveling of his fame.
I want to make this video. I thought I would talk to Delta. We would work this out. They will not answer my.
I wonder if I have his phone number. Let's see. Tyler. I have Tyler Christophal. I have Tyler Watkins. I have Tyler, the guy who fixes the Macintoshes in Berkeley. I have Tyler Haas, Tyler Gallant, Tyler OC Ramps. I don't think any of those are him. Maybe if I type in Fish. I wonder how we got him on the show. I have Ryan Fischer, Alan Fischer, Garrett Fischer. Oh, hold on a second. Might as well do this right now, too. Oh, shit. Did I disconnect it? Contacts. Is Souza in here? Oh, yeah, Matt Souza. Is the phone ringing? Is this gaslighting? Is what gaslighting? I don't want to gaslight. I mean, I guess I don't mind if I gaslight, but what do you mean gaslighting? Hello? Oh, shit, my phone's not working? Is my phone not connected? Okay. Okay, back to the show. What do you mean gaslighting?
Call and they won't call me back.
I'm just trying to no, it's context and relativity. I'm just trying to figure out like what the impact is on his career and why Delta kicked him off because he wanted to know whether they ate pussy or not, or if they suck dick or not. No, he didn't want to know. He was asking why it's important. Why, as a passenger of Delta Airlines, do I need to know if the fucking steward or stewardess sucks a dick or eats a pussy? He wanted to know. That's it. He wants to know. It's a simple fucking question. I need to have Russell Berger on here and we'll call Delta and be like, hey, why do you feel it's important?
Please leave your message for 859.
And so I'm putting this all out there because I need you guys to see that this could happen to anybody. They are making an example of me. Here's Delta labeling me as some kind of terrorist, calling me an attacker, like I'm in ISIS or something. As a result,
I don't think he's attacking them. Patrick Clark, it doesn't impact his career. He's just complaining. If anything, he can use this for new material, so they did him a favor. That's what I was thinking. That second part. It's definitely new material, right? Don't think Delta made the employee wear that pin, did they? Maybe. Fuck, who knows, dude? Great question. Another great question. I don't know. If I got kicked off, this is kind of I don't think he's playing the victim.
Collaboration with your IFS leadership team, legal and corporate security, since we were able to identify the customer they have been placed on the no-fly list. The base leadership team has been supporting our flight attendant since we were made aware of the social media post.
You have to remember when we had this guy on the show, I don't remember why we had him on, but he was a libtard. And he was raised by libtards, I think. You have to go back and watch the podcast. And he had just kind of been red-pilled. He was just flipping the script. And he was kind of like a skinny, kind of like weak man, and he's not anymore. Something's happened to him over the last 3 years. Like his whole look is different. He looked completely unfuckable when I had him on the show, and now he looks like he could actually get some pussy. You know what I mean?
Our support also includes aiding in securing outside counsel for the flight attendant to take action against their attacker. Delta is funding what sounds like a potential lawsuit against me, known as the attacker, for a tweet. I got the voice note, and then here is the official letter from Delta. During the flight, you took a photo of our flight attendant who was wearing a pin permitted under Delta policies. You subsequently
permitted, so maybe not forced. I thought his mom died. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Posted the photo on X along with a vulgar and hurtful language towards our flight attendants.
That's not true. It wasn't hurtful. I could go with vulgar. It definitely was not hurtful. Asking if someone it's not hurtful.
Perceived.
Someone walked up to your wife and was like, hey, like you were like, let's say you were at a restaurant and someone walked up and was like, hey, you suck dick or eat pussy. You'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. It's not hurtful. It's just fucking weird. Creepy.
Sexual orientation. Delta is proud to employ.
But if you're wearing that pin, you're asking for that. Yes, Heidi, I said it. Asking for it. At least be open to it. This dude's a victim? Seriously?
$100,000 individuals from many backgrounds who serve our customers and their communities. In short, this post was disrespectful towards our flight attendant and contrary to Delta's values. We have determined your behavior is unacceptable. And
I do think I do agree with you, Patrick. They have a right to fucking boot him off the airline. They totally do. They could fucking for no reason. But hey, dude, don't forget, there is a Black Mirror component to this. This is a social credit score he's getting. Don't get it fucking twisted. There is a crazy Black Mirror component to this. I don't think he's playing the victim. I think he's just fucking, I think he's just reporting on what happened. Yeah, he can use another airline. You could use a different highway too, pool boy. If I fucking said your credit score wasn't good enough, your social credit score wasn't good enough to drive on the fucking highway, I could say, hey, you have to use frontage roads.
made the decision to not allow you to fly Delta Airlines. For the safety of our crew members and our customers, we cannot risk this.
Who's playing the victim? Is he playing the victim or is Delta playing the victim? I think you guys have it all fucked up. I think Delta's playing the victim. And he's reporting on it. They're playing the victim. Oh, I fucked you guys up right there. Fucking celebrate for a second. Damn.
God damn, meat and fruit.
This type of behavior from you again. Well, it was a joke. Also, to be clear, this was posted on July 10th. Since 2001, we take our shoes off in every airport because a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Now imagine getting into a Delta flight and seeing workers with Hamas badges in the air. What do you do?
These fucking employees have fucking Hamas pins? An organization that their fucking core tenet is to kill all fucking Jews and eliminate them from the face of the fucking planet? On Delta fucking Airlines? Oh, double victim? Both two victims in a discourse? Yeah, I agree. Delta's playing the victim. I agree, Augustus, with you. Jason Barkemeyer. God, you look like Matthew, dude. Your wife's hot. Delta just kicked a Marine veteran off for wearing a sweatshirt that said, "Do not give in to the war within. End veteran suicide," which the flight attendant said was threatening. Holy shit, dude. Crazy. So Hamas, you can wear a Hamas pin. Walk around. Your attendants can have flight attendants can have a fucking kill all Jews pin.
And this passenger took photos of a couple flight attendants wearing not Hamas badges, Palestinian flag pins.
On a side note, was that attendant gay? All I saw was a gay guy and a huge set of tits. Delta Airlines flight attendants push back after Palestinian flag flap leads to a blanket ban on uniform pins.
So what happened after that? Delta banned all flag pins. That was their new policy. That was their reaction to that.
Delta Airlines is in the business of connecting the world, but some workers believe diversity is under attack, with the airline now banning all non-U.S. flag pins.
So one customer calls their flight attendants a terrorist for wearing a Palestinian flag, and Delta bans the flags.
So you see where he's going with this? Someone wears a Hamas pin, I fucking hate Jews, kill all Jews pin, and they ban the flags. Someone wears the fucking pedo pin, and the passenger calls them out on it, and they kick the passenger off. You see the inconsistency there? You see the inconsistency there? Sean Lenderman, they can do whatever they want. It's their airline, for sure. Totally. Your wife can fuck the neighbor all day long. Bodily autonomy. Your wife can fuck your brother all day long. Bodily autonomy. I totally agree. You know, there's you can do whatever you want. I agree. Private company, yep. Your wife should be allowed to fuck anyone she wants. I totally agree with you too, dildo. Caller, hi.
Could I wear a hetero pin?
No, you could not wear a hetero pin. That's
What
a
if I
great
had a pin
fucking
that
point. You could
hetero
not,
and proud?
but it's their company. They can do what they want, Jethro.
Can I wear?
You couldn't wear a shirt. You
non-vaccinated
couldn't
pin?
wear a shirt that symbolizes I only fuck white bitches. You could not.
You know what I don't get, and I see
Your
it a
wife
lot
isn't
in
a private company, cornball. I completely understand your wife isn't a private. Yeah, she is. My wife's got an LLC. She's a private company. You're missing the point.
Since I opened up the gym, I go around to other gyms and I see that, there are Air Force flags, Army flags, Blue Line flags. I have an American flag up in my gym, but I could see people getting turned off by all these different type of flags. And I always see like, well, I'm a business owner. I try to attract people that are like-minded, but I do need to run the business and I do need to charge money to run my business.
Fair.
So when I see things like that, I'm just like, ugh. Will a Blue Line flag really detract people from coming to my gym? It might. I don't like have any type of things like that in my gym. The only thing I have is an American flag. I don't talk politics. And people always say, I can see conversations on the side, like talking about behind people's backs, like, oh, this person's dating this person. Like, I don't have those conversations as a business owner. If people were gay, straight, I have no idea. So the fact that Delta Airlines is doing all this promotion of all this gay, LGBTQ, and we all know my son's gay. I support him 100%. It's just too much. It's over the top.
Hey,
it's all.
If what if he would have written something different? Like, hey, my flight attendant's really hot, but she's got this pin on supporting all the different sexual appetites except straight. Does that mean she wouldn't ride my cock?
Yeah, that's a no-go as well.
That's a no-go?
I think because it was deemed offensive. I don't get it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And if we keep it up like this, it's going to be even worse in the next 4 years.
And hey, kudos if you want to give Delta Airlines a compliment here. Kudos for them for standing up for their employees and their lack of tolerance for anything that might make any of their employees feel uncomfortable. But if you're wearing that pin and then someone posts that about you and that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's fucking crazy to me.
Just like if you wear a Trump hat, you're looking for a reaction from somebody. That's my opinion. You're free to wear it.
I agree. It's really unfortunate, and I wish I didn't have that thought, but I agree with you.
Just like if you wear a mask nowadays in public by yourself, that's the Trump hat for the Democrats, is to wear a mask by yourself.
Yeah,
in a car.
And hey, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it so that the American flag somehow stands for white supremacy. Also, and it is like that, probably in the Chicago public school system. They've brainwashed the kids to think that.
Yeah. Can't wait for
Stanzy Bear, a cockrider pin. Yeah, that would be cool. Cockrider pin. How's the gym?
Awesome. Amazing. I actually had a member just now, yesterday. She came up to me and she said, she was one of my original members. She got a job really, really far away. She's going to have to relocate. And she said the first thing she thought was, oh my God, what about the gym? Isn't that great?
Say that again. Sorry, I was texting my wife. Sorry, say that again. All I heard was the punchline. What did someone say?
I just had a member come up to me. She said, I got a position change. I got a promotion, but I have to relocate in 6 months. And my first thought was, oh my God, what am I going to do about the gym?
Oh, that is cool. That is cool.
Like, wow, it's amazing.
I wonder if she got the promotion because you made her more fit and hotter and more self-confident.
She's definitely more confident. She's definitely all of that. She's a rock star, and everyone notices. She's like, wow, what are you doing? She says CrossFit. You got to try it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats. That's a that was one of the original lines Greg used to say in at the level ones. He used to say, "Hey, you're going to start doing CrossFit. You're going to start working out. You're going to start eating right, and 3 things are going to happen to you. You're going to either get a raise or a job, a raise or a promotion at your job, or you're going to quit your job. You're either going to your relationship with your spouse is either going to get better, or you're going to leave that relationship." And there was a third one I can't remember, but there were these 3 things he would say. Hey, once you start working out and eating right, these 3 things are gonna, these 3 events, narratives in your life are gonna change.
Yeah, she's the epitome of our gym, and the day she leaves, I'm definitely gonna cry. I'm gonna feel really, really bad. But kudos to her.
Jethro, I have a member whose last day was today because they are moving across town. First thing they told me was how they hope they find a box and coaching staff like ours. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I already started looking for her, trying to find the right place.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's really nice of you.
Yeah, going to the affiliate map and checking out the websites and the programming and the coaches. So.
Fuck Delta.
Yeah, fuck Delta.
All right. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks. All right, brother.
Bye.
Bye.
CrossFit Chief Nation.
I make a joke in response to this tweet, by the way, because I am a comedian. And do they ban the pride flag like they did with the Palestine? No, they banned me, the customer. So Delta, I ask you directly, what is your policy exactly? Because this is a complete contradiction. All right. So since then, you won't call me back. You won't talk. Look at this. I have got 50, 60, maybe up to 100 threats, insults.
He means 10.
Harassments. I've even had death threats. So let's just take a look at this. This is your employees, by the way.
Hey, fuck you in your 1999.
So you banned me for disrespect. What do you think about some of the comments publicly made by your employees? I would like to know if you are going to fire these people. Let's take a look. Delta said you have to be this tall to fly. Looks like you didn't cut it. Insulting my physical form. Let's take a look. Taylor Coley, she is a flight attendant. Delta, are you going to fire her? If she's one of your flight attendants, will you fire her for the same reason you banned me? Here is the male in-flight cabin crew. This is a Facebook page, I believe. Comedian Tyler Fischer has been put on Delta Airlines no-fly list for posting a picture of one of our flight attendants. I blurred out her name. That was wearing a pride pin. Can't wait to have him on my B6 flight. Kind of sounds like a threat, right? He can't wait for me to be on his flight. What is he going to do to me? Happy you got banned from Delta. Please stay away from American. So Delta, your employees are now sharing this to other flight attendants who are harassing me. I see you got...
Look at the irony of that was like a heart sign, a love sign.
Banned on Delta. Don't fly United or you're going to get your ass beat. So I'm getting physical threats from other airlines.
Black woman. I'm telling you, significantly more willing to engage in hand-to-hand combat than white women. Look at that. Just a statistical fact, guys. Just a statistical fact.
Airlines. Delta, will you look into this person? That is her Instagram handle right there. Will you ban her? Will you fire her? Homophobic piece of shit. I hope your career tanks. James Lamar, he's a flight attendant.
There's nothing homophobic about what he said at all. Maybe he wants to know. Maybe he likes getting his dick sucked by guys. There was nothing homophobic at all. I've done CrossFit for a year and a half. I've lost 60 pounds. And now I have a caffeine addiction, body dysmorphia, and delusional that I think I can compete with people who've been doing it for 4 decades. Oh, for a decade. Jesus, why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to use that 4 in there? Why don't you say FOR? I've done CrossFit for a year and a half. I've lost 60 pounds. And now I have a caffeine addiction, body dysmorphia, and delusional that I think I can compete with people who have been doing it for a decade. Yeah, it sounds right.
Calling me a homophobe, which I'm not. Will you fire him? Excited to find out. Here's Raylel, obsessed with Delta putting you on their no-fly list. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Think twice.
I don't think you're allowed to use that comment if you're a libtard. Hello. Caller, hi.
Sebby.
What's up, dude?
Hey, is Plan B killing babies? Is that baby killing?
I honestly don't know. I thought that was just. I think that's I think someone will unfuck us in the comments, but I think that if you have sex and then the dude blows a load in you take this pill, and it makes it so that the egg can't attach to the uterine lining. So even if the egg were to get fertilized, it couldn't attach to the uterine lining. I think that's the mechanism. I don't know. Maybe someone will say it in a second in the chat.
And psychologically, you can tell yourself, well, maybe I wasn't even pregnant, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But just in case if I was, I'm going to take this pill to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think it does something to the uterine lining. Yeah. So whatever that is, how that egg and sperm, when they connect, they have to attach to the wall and then get fed by the mom.
Are you okay? Plan B? Like if one of your sons knocks up a girl at 16, would you be okay with him giving her Plan B?
I think so.
Hey, what does 1999 mean anyway? I'm a bit of a boomer. Dumb that down for me.
I think that means usually. So how it started was I used to say, okay, guy, when I would start wrapping up the show, someone would say 1990. Someone would write in the comments, I forget who, 1999, like it was a donation, and that just meant the show was over. And now, like just now, you called and someone said 1999, meaning that means that like it should hang up on you. So it just means like it's them saying that whatever's going on with the show, they don't like it. Like this bit and this call and the show. Samantha H says Plan B is abortion.
Okay, Samantha, thank you.
But I don't think that's true, because Bernie says that I'm correct, that it just makes it so the uterine lining. I mean, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm not sure where I stand on this. I haven't given it any serious thought. But if the fucking sperm hasn't fucking cracked the egg, I think that's a fair point to say that life has started, right? So
yeah,
if the sperm hasn't cracked the egg, and you take a pill that makes it, I mean, let's say you take Plan B and there's and you don't, and let's say my wife just takes Plan B even though I haven't busted a nut in her. That's not an abortion. That's just making it so. You know what I mean? I wonder if
that's a pretty bad example.
But you know what I mean? But if you don't have the load in you to mix with the egg, you have to have the load in the egg and some sort of outside effect that forces it to abort the mission for it to be an abortion. So just taking Plan B alone is not an abortion. I don't think. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, unless it was immaculate conception, unless God was going to get you pregnant with that egg. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm just exploring all the options.
Hey, before I jump off, I've always wondered: does Greg work out? And if so, how often is he doing CrossFit? Does he do a form of CrossFit? I know he's had like lifelong injuries and stuff, but I was always wondering: does he still work out? What does he do for a workout?
I don't know. I've only worked out with Greg a handful of times, and it always
I call cap on that, you know.
And everyone you call cap on that? What's that mean?
You know if he works out or not. You're with one of his best friends. You guys go to breakfast every day.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's
okay.
awkward if he doesn't, so that's why you're saying that.
No, that's not true. Okay. That's not true. I don't so I'll tell you what he does. I know he does. I know he rides his bike almost every day. He rides a bike every day. I know the times that I've worked out with him, the workouts always have involved rowing and pull-ups. And
gotcha.
I've seen him do a lot of pistols in my life. But I don't know what his. No, even when I lived with him for 3 years, I don't know what his regiment is at all.
Gotcha.
At all. But I do know this. I do know this. I know that there's times in his life where I've seen people commenting on like how fat he is and out of shape he is, and it's crazy because and I don't know this for a fact, but I would claim this. I've seen Greg with his shirt off a fucking ton. I've gone swimming with him in the ocean and pulls a ton, and he's not fat at all. He just has this crazy fucking rib cage. He has a fucking crazy barrel chest. And I think Greg was supposed to be 6'5", but because of his polio and all the surgeries he had, something happened to him. And I've never talked to him about that either. But he has a 6'5" wingspan, and his dad was 6'3". So I think that there's something has happened between his torso and his leg ratio that's made it so his chest is crazy barreled. So his ribs stick out kind of like his rib cage is larger than like my chest. My chest sticks out past all other parts of my body, right? But his ribs stick out past his chest or to the level of his chest. And so often people will be like, he's fat. And then I'm swimming with him and he's got a fucking 6-pack. And I'm like, what the fuck? How, like, so there's that.
Gotcha. Thank you. And then lastly, the Rogan Trump show, I know they're taping today. Do you think it'll air this weekend? Or are they going to wait a little bit closer to drop it so they peak at the right time? Like a little closer to next Tuesday.
Okay, just really quick. There was an important thing that Dildo says not further than your nose, buddy. That is true. My nose does stick out past my chest. That just to be clear. Thank you for.
Dildo. He's like, that Dildo is always coming back with good stuff.
Thank you. I am perfectly proportioned. That is true. I'm just short, but my ratios are like I'm perfectly proportioned. I don't know. I wish they would have just gone live with it.
That's how he used to do a show. And that guy you were just talking about, that comedian's been on Rogan. He's actually a great guest on Rogan. And you're right. He was a liberal, grew up a liberal. His family's still liberal. And he lost a lot of family members during COVID. I remember that episode of Rogan. I forget his name even, but he was great on Rogan. If you ever want to go back and listen to that, he was on just about a month or two ago.
Did you ever see him when he was on this show?
No, I'll go back and watch it though.
Yeah, he was mousy. Oh yeah, and he wasn't funny on my show at all. He was mousy and he was a trip. It was very early in his career though. He just had his cherry popped.
Gotcha. Ian just shows early in the day, like you said earlier. It might be tough at 7 a.m. if he's on the West Coast.
Oh no, I think he was on the East Coast because when I interviewed him, he was in a little shitbox apartment in New York City.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, I'll let you go. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye for now.
Bye. Tried to call me out. When did he ever do live podcast? None to my recollection. I don't know either. I just heard that he used to go. I heard that he used to go live, and that I only see Rogan. I think the only Joe Rogan podcast I've listened to from beginning to end was the Matt Fraser one. I think I listened to it twice. And other than that, I just consume his stuff like in 10-minute clips or reels from the assault bike. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any podcast I listen to from beginning to end. I wanted to do this show. The premise of this show was I just wanted to do a morning show. I loved morning radio shows when I was a kid. When my mom would drive me to school and I'd quickly fucking dial the fucking radio in her 1977 Volkswagen Rabbit to like some morning show. And then when I got a clock radio, I would listen to morning shows. And then I would listen to talk radio at night when I was in bed. So I just wanted this show to be a show that like people could listen to when like they're driving to work or some shit. Hi.
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 I won't take long. I'm going to coach a CrossFit class in a minute.
Are you on Bumble? Are you on Bumble?
I'm not. I'm married with 4 kids. Very happy.
Oh, okay.
Very happy.
Okay.
Life begins at conception.
When the Hold on. I'm going to look up that word. Hold on. Conception. Conception is the biological process of pregnancy that occurs when a sperm fertilizes an egg. It's one of several steps that lead to pregnancy and typically takes place in the fallopian tubes. No shit. Okay, so the sperm hit the egg even before it attaches. Hey, let me ask you this really quick before just to put it in context.
Yeah.
If a woman, does an egg still adhere to the uterine wall even if it's not fertilized, even for like a day, or no?
Oh, I don't know. I know that life. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that specific question. What I do know is that life begins at conception. It is God's design, right?
Yeah,
Husband and wife.
I don't believe in God.
Together.
So just so you know, so I have to like
Okay.
Okay. So I have
But your wife believes in God, right?
She does?
I'm asking. That was a question. It was a statement with like a question mark at the end of it. Like, does your wife believe in God?
Are you in a hurry?
I've got some time. I've got 15 minutes.
Okay, give me 1 second. That's an important question. Does my wife believe in God? Hold on 1 second.
That is
important question. I should probably ask my wife that. Hold on 1 second. The only reason why I say I don't believe in God, the only reason why I bring that up is the only reason why I bring that up that I don't believe in God is because when people say the word God, I have to like put a placeholder in there. The only reason why I bring up the fact that I don't believe in God is I have to put a placeholder in there when people say that. Haley, question, babe. Hello, Haley.
You're on speaker. We're in the van.
Okay, well, you're on the podcast and I'm in my office. Do you believe in God?
I believe that there's an energy out there that's bigger than us. I don't think of it as a person that's just sitting there watching all of us.
Okay, so no, you don't believe in God. So you don't believe in God.
What's God?
Okay, fine. Fuck you. I love you. Have a great day. Thanks for taking the boys. Hi, boys. You're lucky you have such a great mom.
You're such a great dad, too.
Okay, thank you. Love you. All right, thank you, babe. I love you. Thanks for not taking the protein balls. Once I promote those protein balls, you can feed them to the kids.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Okay, love you. Bye.
I wasn't sure because there were so many, but yeah, bye. No problem.
All right. Fuck. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, hold on 1 second. Yes, an egg attaches to the uterine wall after fertilization. Okay, so you're saying, just to be clear, if the egg
I'm not saying it. It's science.
Okay, what the science is saying is that the egg is coming down the fallopian tubes and it gets drilled by a fucking sperm, and even before it attaches, that's that's conception.
Life.
That's conception.
That is conception.
Okay,
and
I'm with
it is
you.
God's design.
Okay, I'm with you.
Husband and wife together, sex, beautiful, it's magical,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. That is God's design.
Yeah.
Therefore, Plan B is a form of abortion. You are preventing, you are killing a human life. And so when you said that you would allow your future 16-year-old son, right?
Did I say that?
He accidentally, well, the guy posed a question to you. If your son at 16 knocked up a girl, would you allow that girl to take Plan B?
Yeah.
That is abortion. And essentially killing your future grandson, your future granddaughter.
Well, just to be
your
clear,
lineage.
taking Plan B is not abortion because you have to you set some other premise up already. You said that you said that if you took Plan B and there was no egg there, it wouldn't be abortion. If there was no egg that had been fertilized. So just taking Plan B on its own, I just want to be super clear, isn't abortion. It has to be if you take Plan B after or at some point where it interrupts the egg and the sperm complete life cycle to baby.
Have you seen the bit by the comedian where he talks about like the cake in
Because
the oven?
because if I took
related to abortion.
but if I took Plan B, I'm not giving myself an abortion.
Because you don't have because you're a man.
Right. You're exactly right. That's what I mean. So you have to be clear. You can't just be like taking Plan B as an abortion.
Okay, if you are a woman
Yeah.
who
has a fertilized egg in her,
and you took Plan B,
yeah,
that is essentially abortion. You've seen the bit with the comedian. He relates it to abortion. He's talking about, you have the flour and the sugar and the egg, and you mix all the shit together, and you put it in the oven, and it's baking for like 5 minutes, and you take that fucking concoction out and you chuck it across the room. It's like, yeah, it's not going to be a baby anymore, but it would have been a baby if you just would have fucking let it finish cooking.
Okay,
but when you take Plan B, you've interrupted the process.
Okay, let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. Ready? This is from Google. Plan B, also known as the morning after pill, prevents pregnancy by stopping or delaying ovulation. Plan B works like birth control, but with a higher dose, it delays ovulation, making it harder for sperm to fertilize the egg. So according to this, it stops it even before the sperm hits the egg, which would make it so it's not an abortion. Ovulation is a phase in the menstrual cycle when your ovary releases an egg. Once an egg leaves your ovary, it travels down your fallopian tube or away. So that's how they're saying Plan B works.
Life begins at the moment of conception, which is the moment a man ejaculates inside of a woman.
No.
Life begins at conception.
I know, but that's not when a man ejaculates in a woman. Conception is not when a man ejaculates in a woman. It's when the sperm hits the egg.
But if you take Plan B, then you're preventing that from happening.
Before the sperm hits the egg.
But if you wouldn't have interrupted the process, it would have continued on. If you wouldn't have interrupted the process, it would have continued on, resulting in a human life.
God. So let me ask you this. So if I'm getting ready to have sex with my wife and she says no, did she just commit an abortion?
If you want to, okay, say that again. If you're getting ready to have sex with your wife
and she says no, is that an abortion? Is a condom an abortion?
No.
Is a condom an abortion?
A condom is not an abortion.
But it's blocking it. It's just not it's a physical barrier, not a chemical barrier.
A condom is, you are correct, a physical barrier, and a form of birth control.
Careful.
Whereas
don't be introducing these new ideas to me. Birth control. Don't make me look that shit up.
Whereas Plan B is something that is consumed after the fact. After the act has already been done.
Damn, you're good. You're good. Okay, what if I ejaculated in my wife and then put a straw in her vagina and sucked out all the sperm?
All right. You're okay. All right.
Okay, listen. Here's my deal. If the sperm hasn't hit the egg,
but it would.
I hear you.
I hear you. Look up concept. So did you Google conception already?
By the way, I don't believe this. By the way, I want to agree with you too, because I don't believe this definition of Plan B. I don't believe this definition. I think it does more. I think that,
and it's probably put out by Plan B.
Right.
So of course,
you're right. Because it says prevents pregnancy by stopping or delaying ovulation. So, but it must work in another way too. Because I think even if the egg and the sperm have hit, if you take a big fat dose of fucking birth control, it fucking sheds the uterine lining. I think that's how it works.
Just, you guys, just get married, have lots of babies. It's the best thing you'll ever do in your whole life, and you will never regret it.
How long were you with your guy before you got married?
I think we dated like 2 years, and then we were engaged for like 8 months. And then we waited a year after we were married to have kids. And I was very grateful because we didn't have any issues with conceiving. I've learned a lot. I would never recommend anybody on planet Earth, any woman on planet Earth, to take birth control. I think it is the worst thing you could ever do for your body. But I was young and dumb, and I was on hormonal birth control for 10 years. And by the grace of God, within 1 month of being off birth control, all 3 pregnancies, I was able to, me and my husband and I were able to conceive.
Yeah, birth control is fucking retarded. Taking anything that fucks with your hormones is retarded.
Yeah.
Besides eating food.
Yeah.
Can birth control abort a baby? No, birth control does not cause an abortion. Birth control is a method.
That sounded weird. That sounded like some shit that you do on like the street when, you know.
Man,
I don't recommend.
This keeps. If you believe what's saying on Google, they're basically saying once the egg is fertilized, there's no way you could take birth control and stop the pregnancy from happening. I just don't believe that.
I gotta go. I'm going to coach a CrossFit class.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. That's a woman who has 4 kids, 5 kids. Most sperm don't reach. Jesus Christ, here we go. 8th grade anatomy. Most sperm don't reach the egg. Is that considered a mass shooting? Is that fair? Why does God allow this? We'll be right back. Dr. Phil's voice. Caller, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
So I wanted to, not like you need another topic to get all in depth on from that whole birth control and abortion topic, but I wanted to bring up one thing. I have an IUD, and according to my gyno, the IUD makes my uterus a hostile environment for sperm.
Yeah.
So if that's how that's viewed, for one, does that mean that I'm potentially constantly having abortions? If that is how it, if you're stopping that act from happening, is that how someone with an IUD is viewed in that case?
Well, her distinction was, and we didn't talk long, but that a condom wasn't because of the time that you did it. You did it before. So under her thought process, no, it wouldn't be because you did it before. Right?
Okay.
She used time of contraception as the determinant of whether it was abortion or not, I think. Dude, I don't really. So you have a string hanging out of your vagina at all times?
It's not out. It's like you go up the canal,
yeah,
and then there's an opening to your uterus, and there's a plastic T inside the uterus where there's a string that hangs down there. So yeah, it's in there all the time. It's not necessarily the best experience, but scientifically it's been proven to be more accurate than the oral birth control. I don't know if that's because some people forget to take it, but allegedly, and I think we can all be on the same page that we don't necessarily trust what the doctors tell us. It's better for you hormonally because the hormones are centralized only to the area that they're supposed to be at versus pumping through your whole body.
Sorry, I was looking at the picture. Are you saying that the IUD also slow releases hormones inside of there too? It doesn't just disrupt it because it's a copper wire?
So the copper one, I think, is a non-hormonal one. I believe the one that I have is hormonal. I think it does release some kind of hormones, but I don't know exactly what the point of it is. I just know that it makes your uterus, and I think that's kind of like what the plan B was, is it makes it unable to hold that egg if it's fertilized. So like she even said, if something happens, and that's why I feel like this is a little bit different than her timing on contraception. Just because I put this in before, an egg can still fertilize. and it won't be able to be viable in the uterus. So it'll pass. It won't ever turn into a baby or stick to the lining.
Yeah.
So this is a topic that me and my now husband talk about all the time, because we're both very, we share the view that you have, that it's so hard for us to say that you can kill a baby. Like those words just can't come out of my mouth with confidence ever.
Right.
But there are so many caveats that need to be considered, because, if there's an easy answer, we'd already have it. And you give people an inch, they're going to take a mile no matter what the topic is, whether it's abortion, money, or immigration, all of those things. We can have people that do it the right way and people that are going to take advantage of the system.
I don't think I could. God, being a girl is a trip. I don't think I could have that. I don't think I could have something like that put in me.
Well, here's one thing. So I'm going to preface it with saying that I'm not somebody that's considers himself a feminist or women at any disadvantage. I work in law enforcement for my job, and I get treated with the utmost respect, and it's all because of how I carry myself. It doesn't have anything to do with me being a woman. But when it comes to like women's health, like with the IUD thing, like guys get numbed to get their balls snipped, right? But when I got my IUD put in, which it's not just that string, there's a plastic T attached to it.
Yeah.
They laid me on that bed, they shoved it right up there. I have a high pain tolerance. I made like an audible noise of pain, and she like patted my shoulder and she's like, all right, you're good to go. And I've never passed out in my life. And I'm like, I don't think I can get up yet. Can I have a second? So it was excruciatingly painful. I had to drive home in a blizzard, almost like I'm like bleeding. And
Do you feel
whatever.
it? Do you feel it in you now? Like, are you aware it's in there?
Not when I'm standing and walking around, but I mean, I know he can feel it during sex. I can feel it sometimes if I sit down the wrong way, because it's floating in there. It's not like lodged or attached to something. So yeah, it does create pain for me sometimes, but it seemed like the best option for somebody who wasn't necessarily ready to have a kid, right? And then, with my job and everything too, I need to make sure that I can kind of like, I don't know, plan it. Like, sounds like for someone who is very much get married, have babies, and do whatever, like, does sound like her life was also pretty planned. So she had to have done something to make sure that plan worked out for her as well.
Can't you get like an Apple Watch and it just tell you, like, it takes your temperature or some shit, and it tells you when not to take a load?
Yeah. So you have like, I track mine because we plan on trying to have kids next year. But that's the other thing too, is that like, just kind of touching on what she said before, just because you get a load in you, that does not mean you're getting pregnant. Even if you have ovulated and there's an egg in there, that's not guaranteed.
Right.
So,
but I'm saying, isn't there like a pretty like sure shot practice that like don't Catholic women do that? Like Catholic girls are taught that, like, hey,
yeah,
take your temperature every day, write it on a piece of paper, and dude, this shit is fucking money. Isn't there like, dude, that IUD, I'm just looking at the picture of it as you're talking to me. I mean,
it's horrifying.
let me ask you this. Did you see it before they put it in you?
Yeah, she showed me. I'm like, please don't show me that. I don't want to know anything about this.
Hey, does that thing ever make you horny?
Not that I've noticed. I would say that it's more so the hormonal cycle of when you're ovulating as a woman. So like when you're ovulating, naturally you're more horny because your body's like,
get me pregnant.
It wants to get pregnant because it's ovulating. That's just instincts. That's just your human nature at work. It doesn't change any of that I've noticed. But
I would just think
not
like
nice.
For like you, I would just by asking if it makes you horny, I was just thinking just in terms of the fact that you just always have some physical stimulus down there in your groin.
Yeah, but it's so high up that it's not actually hitting anything that has any of the nerves that like sexually do anything for you. It's just
I don't even mean like that.
Like
I just mean like it just brings your awareness down there. You know what I mean? Like it just brings your awareness there. Not even so much that it's physically stimulating in the sense of like arousal, but just like, like a guy could just be minding his own business and like, like a ping pong ball hit him in the dick and he's horny because he fucking thinks about his dick for 3 seconds and now he's horny.
or brush up against your dick, would you still feel horny?
If what did a porcupine?
No, or yeah, porcupine, cheese grater, something that's painful.
Yeah,
Would you
no.
feel horny?
But no,
Yeah,
but
so-
no, but like 5 seconds later, you might, like after the pain goes away, because you have your attention down there.
Maybe,
Huh.
maybe. Can't say that that's ever happened to me, but I can see where you're going with that. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe some people have different experiences with it because everyone's different. But yeah, just wanted to give a little bit of another little caveat in that.
Let me ask you
because-
this. Let me ask you one question. Are you looking forward to a day when you don't have to fucking have that thing in you?
I am counting down the days and already told my husband, love him, and I hate to, put him in any situation, but I told him, I was like, if I could get this piece of plastic essentially shoved inside my body and stayed there because they last 5 years, so it's been in there for like 3 or 4. I'm like, I think that you can get your balls snipped because guys get like numbed and a pack of ice and they get pain meds. We don't get pain meds. We don't get put down. Even if we want to get like anesthesia,
Can't they
like,
just dip
passed it.
Can't they just dip the IUD in just a big tub of jelly and pull it out and push it in without it hurting?
You'd think, but it's sharp.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if like that would probably just push right through the lube. Either way, like
Okay.
it's like shoving a razor up there.
Oh, damn. Oh, you just made my butthole puckered a little. That was weird.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Sorry ladies out there, but anyone who has gotten one and said that it doesn't hurt that bad has either had children, so they've experienced higher pain, or they're lying because it's awful.
All right. Who knew the show would turn? I'd be the next Dr. Ruth. All right. Thank you. I appreciate your insights. And thank you for your service too, by the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your attention to the positive parts of law enforcement, because not a lot of people put time aside to
It's the most,
to do that.
it's the most
So we
amazing
appreciate
job.
it.
It's the fucking cornerstone of civilization. It's why civilization is in collapse, because people don't respect cops because they focus just on the negative. They're fucking idiots.
Trust me, that could be we could have a whole podcast on our own, but I am the one that sent you those PT requirements for the Philadelphia Police Department and what they lowered them to.
God,
I don't know if you remember that.
No, but if the last police department I would ever want to trust would be fucking Philadelphia's. Throw it in
We
there
live
with
30 minutes away from Philadelphia, and we don't even go to the surrounding towns.
I'd throw it in there with Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore, and it's horrible. It's a waste of a city now.
Did you see those 3 cops the fucking other day with trying to get the guy out of the fucking car? And he's pulling forward and back, and it's like on the freeway. They have him blocked in, and they fucking they're holding onto his arm, trying to yank him out of the car while he's driving it forward and backward, and they fucking tase him, and he still speeds off, and you hear the taser wire just get zzz. Did you see that?
No shit.
They
No,
should have
I
fucking
didn't see that
they
one.
should have fucking shot the guy. It was fucking insane.
What state was it in?
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Hold on. I know I have it somewhere. Give me 1 second. I sent it to Greg. Let me find my text message with him. It was fucking nuts.
The things that, like, I know that there's some wild shit on the news, and what they put on the news, we already know is exactly how they want that story to be painted. But like, I work for a smaller municipality in South Jersey we have an extremely large industrial warehouse. I think the largest on the East Coast. And things will happen. Like, I'll come home and I'm like, I can't believe this is fucking real life and that the news doesn't just follow us around. And we're in a small town. Like, this crazy shit happens and people don't know about it. And then I have people that'll come up to me and be like, like, I could go into whatever story, but people only think, like, they see what's on the news, they make their assumptions, and then they end up bringing all this like law down on everybody else. Like, we had a case law class where in New Jersey, they're cracking down so much on the cops that, like, our pursuit policy for a while, we couldn't even follow stolen cars. We just had to let them go.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Hey, if in my opinion, if a criminal is in a car and they're combative, they should be shot. Because I think of a car as a fucking lethal weapon. So the second you fucking get crazy, like if you don't turn your car, if you put your car in drive and there's a cop next to you, I think that they should be able to unload the fucking clip in you.
You want to know what's funny?
What?
That they tell us. So we actually, that happened in a nearby town. The lady started driving her car at the cop. The cop took one shot, hit her right in the chest, and she died.
Yeah.
And now, because of that, they came out with new rules that if we're in front of the car or if we're in a way that that car can create harm to us, it's our fault because we put ourselves in that situation where we had to use deadly force.
But what if the fucking guy
here's the
hits a?
video.
I don't give a fuck about the. I give a fuck about the cops second. What if the guy fucking hits a pedestrian? What if there's a fucking woman there crossing the street with the fucking stroller? Hey, and this driver is black, and I guarantee you, if it was a white guy, they'd have shot him. I don't know if you can see your screen. It's fucking.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
It's the fucking.
Yeah, see that?
Like, don't like I if that's my husband there or my wife, I want her to take 3 steps back and fucking shoot the guy. And here's why. Because I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know who that car is gonna fucking hit. He's clearly, if you're doing that to cops, if you're doing that to any human being while they're next to your car, you already have proven that you don't care about their life.
Exactly. And that's the part that
what the fuck
the media or whatever will take and they'll spin it. They'll say, like, it's always looking back at the cops and being like, okay, well, what could you have done differently? How about the fact this guy's just trying to hit everybody? Like, if you're being not even disrespectful, but if you're acting in a manner that can create harm to the general public, why can we not take immediate action on that? Like, that's our job. Somebody has to do it, because if you let things like that happen, that's the whole, like, you give people an inch, they take a mile. Like, chaos, that's exactly what you were saying. Like, you need law and order to allow for the world to continue. Otherwise, it's going to turn into what Philly was right after the whole George Floyd thing. It's going to be absolute madness and no one's going to have any control.
Yeah, that there was a cop standing. Look, there's a cop standing behind the car when he backs up. That to me is enough to fucking shoot him.
Yeah. And
I'm
not even going to say that, like, again, I don't know what state that was. I'm not even going to say that they couldn't have, but the first thing that's going to be said is, well, the guy just had he just had a car. He didn't pull a gun on you. Why'd you shoot him? You know what I mean? Like, and if you look at it from a person who's just looking at the value of human life, you're going to say he was obviously a danger to people, and he was obviously not. He knew what he was doing. There's police officers actively trying to rip him out of the car. So he knows that he's in trouble. He knows that he needs to stop, and he's not. And he doesn't care if that puts other people at risk. So you'd think that that would fall into that acceptable category. I say it falls into a gray area, unfortunately.
Soon as you're in a vehicle, man, like you should have to sign something as soon as you get a driver's license. If it's even perceived that you're fucking using the vehicle as a weapon, like this guy is, you're toast.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. No problem.
All right. Bye. Oh, she was great. Fuck, I loved her. Hope the guy who's banging her appreciates her. I'm definitely not against cops, but the one thing I recall after Minneapolis riots, as soon as it settled down, the police started increasing speeding tickets in the suburbs. That wasn't cool. Yeah, call me a racist. That's because you're white. Dude, they just stopped pulling over fucking black people. The whole fucking country. Like, just like if that would have been a fucking white guy in that car, he'd have got blasted. And deservedly so. I'm not saying it's wrong, but like you can't shoot a fucking black guy doing fucking nothing. You get him fucking all sorts of trouble. Especially with cameras on and shit. Someone wrote in LA he'd be dead. The fuck that he would be dead. He wouldn't fucking be dead in LA. He'd get a fucking scholarship. He'd be a hero. Oh, Justin's banging her? Good job, dude. It's easy to assume positive intent when you're not on the receiving end of bad behavior. Thank you. Oh, shit. Is my mouse not working? What the fuck? Oh, my mouse stopped working. Does that mean the show's over? What the fuck is going on with my mouse? I have to pee. Holy fuck, 2 hours and 40 minutes. I made it without peeing? That's crazy. What a weird fucking life I live. I fucking sit around and talk to strangers on my computer all day. No, not batteries. What are you, 50? Batteries. Come on. Batteries? Come on, Jeffrey. Batteries? Oh, we're not strangers. All right. Fine. All right. Yeah, so Taylor, whatever that guy's name is, the fish guy, he got a social credit score. You always want to see some giant tits just to fucking end cap the show. Look at this. Excuse me. So burpy this morning. What does the sign say? It says Trump and Kamala? Oh, Trump something and then Kamala open border. Who's she saying hi to? She runs by. That's her favorite player. How are these guys on the sidelines not watching me? Oh yeah, look at the football players were watching. Dude, you definitely Jan Clark, Sevi, pull up the giant ones I sent you. Natty or not. Sevi, do you have a World Series prediction? No, I didn't even know baseball people still played baseball. Does it
Here's
really
what's coming up in the World Series between today and November 2nd, 2024. The Dodgers play the Yankees in Game 1 at 5:08 p.m. The Dodgers battle the Yankees in Game 2 tomorrow at 5:08 p.m.
Hey Siri, stop.
The Yankees.
Hey, could you guys hear Siri just now on my phone talking? Did you guys hear that? Did that come through on the that she could be a new character in the show? Did you guys hear that? I could hear it in my headset. Yes, you could. That was crazy. Wow. Hey Siri, is Jeffrey Birchfield a good guy?
Okay, I found this on the web for Is Jeffrey Birchfield a Good Guy? Check it out.
Oh. Jeffrey Birchfield obituary. You died on June 6, 2023. Shit. Hey Siri, is Plan B an abortion? Hey Siri. Oh, she stopped working. All right. Fuck. All right. Hey Siri, is Judy Reed Chinese? Refuses to answer. All right. Oh God, I gotta pee so bad. There's all sorts of I have another angle of that chick running across the field too. Let me see. Oh, it's a zoomed in shot. God, those things are crazy. Someone wrote in the comments that woman's top is more secure than the border. All right. I'm glad I got that off. How come? I guess. I guess guys run naked on the field sometimes. I guess so. What is this? Spider-Man. Oh, man. Kirsten Dunst. Jesus criminy.
In a time with major pay disparity between the lead actor and myself, even though I had been in Bring It On and he hadn't.
Can you believe that Spider-Man made more money than me on the movie Spider-Man? He wasn't even in Bring It On. I mean, I know he was in 20 projects, TV and movie before I was in Bring It On, but he wasn't even in Bring It On. How does Spider-Man make more money than me in the movie Spider-Man?
I grew up in a time with major pay disparity between the lead actor and myself, even though I.
Why does Kirsten Dunst sound like that? Dunst got $7 million for Spider-Man 2 and $10 million for Spider-Man 3. Toby got $17 million plus back end for Spider-Man 2 and 3. So they got paid the same amount, but he got a cut of the ticket sales. Why does she sound like that?
I had been in Bring It On and he hadn't.
Bring It On. Does anyone know what that movie is? Bring It On. Yeah, Jeff Dye is pretty cool. Oh, sucking the dick of the Marlboro Man. Just racing some notes. All right. 1 o'clock, we'll do the UFC show. Then I think at 2 o'clock, that show is going to be pretty quick. At 2 o'clock, I think Taylor and JR coming on for Shut Up and Scribble. So two more shows today. And if you, of course we do. Oh, meaning you know the movie? Get It On? Fuck it, I'm going to look it up real quick before I get. What's it called? Get It On? Get It On. Get It On. What do I type in? Dunst? D-U-N-S-T, Dunst. Is that her last name? Bring It On, made in 2000, with Kirsten Dunst, Elijah Dushku, Jesse Bradford, Gabrielle Union, 6 stars out of 10. American teen comedy, directed by Peyton Reed. Oh, it's a cheerleading movie? Jesus Christ, she's semi-tarded. Worldwide gross of 90 million. Let's see. Spider-Man. I just heard something crazy outside. Does anyone remember the show when there was an earthquake in my office? When there was an earthquake here in California? Let me see. Creation and development of Spider-Man. Let me type in Spider-Man earnings. Spider-Man earnings. Of course, it pops up Spider-Man earrings. Jesus Christ. Spider-Man earnings, motherfucker. Not fucking earrings. Spider-Man No Way Home in 2021 brought in $1.9 billion. Spider-Man Far From Home 2019, $1.1 billion. Spider-Man 3 2007, $900 million. Elizabeth Dushku was on. Let me see who that is. Oh, Elijah. Is that? Please say that's a girl. If it's not a girl, I don't want to see it. Oh, Elijah Dushku. Oh, Dushku. Images. She looks like one of the wokies that used to work at CrossFit. All right. All right. I'll see you guys soon. I'm pumped that we have. I'm really excited. We have Travis or Tyson and God, I keep calling him his dad's name. Tyson and Darian on today. You think Kristen uses an IED? IUD? Kristen Dunst. Where's? No, there'll be no abortion talk on the UFC show. It's gonna be just fighting. All right. Thanks, guys. Good morning. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.